Hello, everybody. How's it going? So, yeah, I have packed up my New Hampshire apartment. I packed up this New York place, and I am gonna be going to a house in Texas, and that I already rented last month. Kind of started getting my stuff set up there on Sunday. I'm pretty excited. Got some movers coming on Sunday. My lease for this place wasn't up for a while, so even though I got a New Hampshire ID, New Hampshire plates, and was spending a majority of my time in New Hampshire, I still had this place. So I'm gonna be. The whole idea with going to New Hampshire was to see how I liked it as a state before buying a house. You know, my ex-girlfriend had suggested that I see how I like it, like, you know, because I was this close to buying like a $500,000 house, and she said, "Hey, you know, before you sign yourself up for $500,000." I'm just saying you might want to try renting an apartment there to see how you like the state beforehand, which actually wound up being pretty good advice. And I did. And, you know, I enjoyed it. I liked New Hampshire a lot. The nature is beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. Walpole is beautiful. Like, you just drive around, you see these gorgeous lakes that look like something out of a movie or Game of Thrones. Like, it almost looks fake because it's so beautiful, but it's not. In a town of, 2,000 people. But the there are certain economic opportunities and other opportunities that are just not there. I don't believe I'd be able to convince a team of mostly young single men to leave a place like New York City to live in a town of 3,000 or 300 people. And also there was an interesting job opportunity in Texas that I took, working for that organization that I've been talking about called Futo. We did an interview for them earlier today. We're working on getting the word out about that organization so that we can get good grants out to people who are deserving of them.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Yeah, sweet mercy indeed, Paul Daniel. Sweet fucking mercy indeed. That's wishes travel and moving to... You're always a New Yorker at heart no matter where you are. Yeah, I'll probably always be a New Yorker at heart. It's weird because I don't think New Yorker means what people think it means anymore. Like, when people hear New Yorker, I think they're thinking of, like, the type of hipster... Like, the weird thing is, I think when people think New Yorker, there's two different types of New Yorker, you know? There's the, I'm walking here, Archie Bunker type from the 70s and 80s. And then there's the hipster type that works at BuzzFeed or writes articles at Vice and uses the word problematic a lot. And I definitely identify as a New Yorker, but I identify as the original New Yorker, like the Ralph Cramden, Ralph Cramden from The Honeymooners, Ed Norton, Archie Bunker, like those characters. I don't, maybe even Kramer from Seinfeld, like not this, not this, the new brand of the hipster, the Williamsburgish, Bushwick hipster-ishy New Yorker. I've never really been that. I was never compatible with that. Even when I started working at Avatar Studios, like back in 2007, when that started to become a prevalent archetype. That wasn't. It was very weird because I got along with the people that worked in the tech room very well. The people that were like Gretchen and Phil and Ricky, I got along with them very well, and I got along with Roy too. But I never got along with the production assistants or the assistant engineers or the other interns. And I didn't really I was too young to understand the concept of a cultural incompatibility or the cultural clash thing of it. But like all the people that worked in the tech room were New Yorkers from like the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, like the plumber types kind of. And the ones that were working as production assistants, assistant engineers or interns were more the like Williamsburgish, Bushwicky kind of hipsters. And I didn't understand why it is that these people are often kind of staring at me funny or like making these ridiculous condescending jokes at my expense all the time, whereas I just naturally got along with the people that worked in the tech room. And as I got older, I started to kind of understand it. So yeah, I think I kind of am a New Yorker at heart, but I think I'm the type of but like when people think of a New Yorker now, I don't think that they're thinking about the type of New Yorker that I'm thinking of. I think they're talking about, like when I hear somebody say, I don't want, they're thinking of the type of person that writes articles for BuzzFeed. And that's just an entirely, that's a complete generation in front. Why Austin and not Dallas? Just a note, you're on the main channel. Yeah, I figured I wanted to do my last stream on the main channel, Carrie. So this is a new company that I work for. This is called Futo. Can anybody guess what Futo stands for? Does anybody know what Futo stands for? Let's see if anybody knows. Does anybody have a guess? Can anybody take a... You know, I see Rodrigo took a guess. I can't. No MS Duo. We need to meet up in Dallas. You're driving the truck to Austin or flying back? Flying back, and I found a good crew. They're people that Steve plays soccer with, so I trust them. Usually I say, fuck it, I'm not going to trust anybody else, but I trust people that... If Steve plays soccer with you, I trust you. Explore the hill country. Check out San Saba, Fredericksburg, Canyon Lake. You know what? I'll check that out. You know what? I'm actually gonna take that and I'm gonna write it down so I remember it. I'm gonna write that down so I remember it. All right. Salt says, "Old school New Yorker in the house." Indeed. It's 4 letters that sound good together. You know, that's what it is. That's what Fudo is. 4 letters that sound good together. Oscar, you got a good guess going there. You got a good guess going there. Our company policy is that it's 4 letters that sound good together. We had a good interview today with Nick Merrill. I included the word interview in the video title to ensure that nobody will ever watch it. I succeeded pretty well there. Let's see if I find this. Christopher, I 110% intend to meet you at some point in person. I know you stopped by the store when I wasn't there. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is an interview we did today. So again, part of what Fudo does is try to get money into the hands of people that are giving freedom, control, and sovereignty back to their technology, away from Google, Microsoft, Apple, and Facebook, and back where it fucking belongs with you. And, so we did an interview today. Thank you, Jose. Best luck in the future. I also want to get out of New York City. Well, I wish you the best of luck on your journey. So here we had a legendary grant recipient, Nick of Calyx Institute, Calyx OS Android Fork. We also gave a grant to Daniel McKay at Graphene OS, and I also extended an invitation onto the channel for an interview. Happy to have him on, happy to discuss what he's doing, how he's adding to the security and privacy of these operating systems and helping you claw a little bit of control back away from Google. We're going to be, I plan on having Ian Clark on next week. Ian Clark was the original creator of Freenet back in the day, which is fucking amazing for its time. Don't ever disrespect me leaving New York City like you won't miss the pissy subway. I haven't taken the train much in 4 years, man. I've taken the train like 2 times in 4 years. Electric bike is the way to go. Yeah, so we got this dude actually said that he found me via my channel. I'll be honest, I was fangirling when I saw this. Like the dude that created, I remember trying this shit back in 2003. Like I remember this shit in 2003 and it being amazing for its time. So Ian Clark, we're going to have him on the channel next. He got himself a legendary grant. I was fangirling hardcore. It's not Futa, Paul. It's not Futa. Next time I am in Florida, I am going to fucking kick your ass, man. It's Futo. Listen, I didn't come up with the name of this fucking organization, man. There was no board meeting. If there was a board meeting, I would have probably walked up to him and said, you know what? Maybe, just fucking maybe, you might want to think about what happens when the vowel is shifted one thing over. You might want to think about that before you make this the name of the acronym of the organization. But it's not my organization, and it's not my, again, I'm not the billionaire philanthropist here. But listen. F, unreasonable technology oligarchs. Listen, it's 4 letters that sound good together. 4 letters that sound good together. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm keeping it at that. But yeah, this dude showed up. I'm going to have him on the channel for an interview. He was trying to create an uncensorable, decentralized, and anonymous internet back in fucking 2000. And he was talking about political censorship and dissidence and all that type of stuff. He was talking about this shit before YouTube existed, before Facebook existed, before any of these platforms existed, or before the country was admittedly as politically polarized as it is today. It really a dude ahead of its time. He's got a new idea to make this a little bit more usable, and I'm very excited to talk to him about what he's doing, and we're also excited to have him on board for a legendary grant. Porio Road Trip. Can you get glasses too? We're working. Okay, so here's the thing. I know that my cats got vaccinated, but I never saved the paperwork for them, and you have to have the paperwork to get them on the plane. You also need a microchip. I've never gotten my cat's microchip. Fuck that. Like, no, I'm not planning a chip in my kitty. I would put a fucking chip inside my employees before I put a chip inside my cat. Hi, if you're... Paul, stop giving me that much money. Paul, I don't deserve... I haven't earned, nor do I deserve that much money, but I appreciate it. See, I would put a chip inside Hi. Any of you remember Hi? He works here. I would happily chip Hi before I chip my animals. I'm not putting a fucking chip inside my cat. That's insane. If they're traveling, I have a collar. It'll have something on it with my phone number and a little thing that says $200 reward if you give me back my cat. You know, like that's much more effective than a fucking chip. Like people walk around with their eyes, and they also walk around with their greed, but they don't walk around with a little fucking RFID chip reader. So if they see a collar that has a little $200 or $300 reward on it, if they give me the kitty back, that works better. So I got to find an anti-vax airline that'll let me fly with a cat that's not microchipped. The only one I found so far, thank you, I can't say your name, I'm so sorry, but I appreciate the $3. The only one that I know, Southwest Airlines appear to not have a vaccine or a microchip requirement. I'm not kidding when I said 10 years from now, I wouldn't be surprised if we were having this debate about people. Like, after the last 2 years, you never fucking know. But like, in all seriousness, so I'm probably going to take them on Southwest Airlines. So, you know, when I have some of the employees come over, I'm going to try to convince them to move by showing them a good time on 6th Street at one point. But one of the things that I was going to do is I was going to fly them all over. And they think it's because I want to do something nice for them, when in reality, I'm going to have each of them take a cat. But I'm probably going to take them on Southwest anti-vax airlines because I don't have to microchip my cat. Also, it's just a point. Like, I got my cat vaccinated 13 years ago. I don't give a shit that you need paperwork for it. And I know they got vaccinated. I'm not paying for another fucking vet appointment just to appease an airline. So we'll see. I'm going to see if I can... Southwest appears to be an anti-vax kitty-friendly airline. It sounds like you have sold your soul. Yes, I have. I have sold my soul to a person that is looking to give money to people to disrupt Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, and everybody else in any way possible. I have sold my soul to work for a man that agreed to give hundreds of thousands of dollars to people that are creating open source, Android open source projects free of all Google shit, with a bunch of stuff in there that will allow all of your programs to work as they did before without Google watching everything that you do. I sold my soul, man. You're right. 100%. You know what? I'll do it again. I'll do it again every fucking day. For a guy that is more than happy to do this to every one of these companies that wants to spend his fortune to do so, oh, yes. Here's the thing. I've been giving these companies a middle finger on YouTube for the past 10 years, and I'll do it for free. The idea to be able to do that with somebody else's money, you bet your ass I'm signing up for that. This isn't even a job. This is a public service. This is a public service, and I am happy to do that. Don't let them see that because they'll stop paying me for it. But you get the idea. I watched your video from 10 months ago about you making a mistake. It was phenomenal and usually motivating. Thank you, be well. Thank you, Bradley. See, a lot of people, it's very easy to lie and bullshit yourself about how you get yourself into the situations you get yourself into. I try to avoid that. I'm fully honest with myself about where I've bullshitted myself. I'm fully honest with myself about the wrong decisions I've made, how I screwed myself so I can get back out of it in the future. And, you know, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I try to be 100% honest about all of them. Are your team following you? So far, I got 6 people following me. Is the chair moving with you? If there's space in the truck. I don't know, like, I'll sell out to this, happily. Our 3 pledges. Do not sell out. All Futo companies and Futo-funded projects are expected to remain independent. They will never exacerbate the monopoly problem by selling out to a monopolist. Now, how do most companies nowadays, how do most startups plan to make their money? They don't even plan on becoming profitable. They just plan on, okay, let's get bought out by Google or Facebook. We will never abuse our customers. All Futo companies and funded projects are expected to maintain an honest relationship. Revenue, if it exists, comes from customers paying directly. The users are our product revenue models are strictly prohibited. Yes, I will happily sell out to that. And after 8 years of living in Queens, I moved to California, and I'm loving it. Also not related, but a few months ago, I had a chance to talk to you over the phone, which was awesome. Wish you the best. Very cool. I accidentally picked up the phone, it seems, but I'm glad it was a good experience. Thank you. I hope you enjoy California. No effort will be made to hide from the people what their computers are doing, to limit how they use them, or to modify their behavior through software. All these projects are expected to be open source or develop a plan to eventually become so. I don't know. I'll sell out to that. I'll sell out to that. I'm not going to sell out to NordVPN. I'm not going to sell out to, I don't know, fucking Raycons, Audible, Squarespace. I'll sell out to this. This is a fairly decent thing to sell out to. Honestly, getting to meet a dude like this at a conference, getting to give him a card and say, contact me so I can give you money, and getting to give them money. Like getting to give, I don't know, Nick at Calix or Daniel McKay at Graphene money, like, so that they can continue to give a middle finger to Google. Public service. Public service. I see this as public service. Like, I mean, when I look at my resume, I don't know what I'm fucking qualified to do in life. I genuinely have no idea. Like, well, what has the last 14 years qualified me to do? If not this, then, like, what else? Like, truly, honestly, in your heart of hearts, what has the past 14 years qualified me to do? I'd say it's something like this. What do you about the new California law to ban the sale of gas engine cars by 2035? You got 12 years to come up with some battery technology that doesn't cost $16,000 for 280 miles of range. That's what I'm saying. That's either that or you need a plan to make everybody rich. Listen, I'm all for it if you got the technology. I think that what they're doing is they think if we create the law, then we're going to rush along the technology. And again, I hope their approach works. It would be, again, don't get me wrong, it would be great if, if we had batteries that cost as much as a gas tank, but that were, that would be amazing. I'm sure if somebody were able to come up with that, they'd be a trillionaire right now. What is to become of Rossmann Repair Group? Well, we're going to put a second N on it so that it's Rossmann. Balls or no balls? Always solder balls, my friend. You and your business should go where you're treated best. Thank you. I just got a Calix OS device membership. Hope I have a good experience. We'll see. I've thoroughly enjoyed. Honestly, I got one just to try it out. I'm probably going to get another phone just to try out Graphene too. One of my coworkers is using Graphene as his primary OS. I want to try that. So my coworker was using Graphene a lot, and I tried Calix. I'm probably going to get another device just to mess with some of those. I lived in New York City for 33 years. I'm from Queens. I moved to Austin, Texas last year. It's a paradise here compared to New York City. Well, I've enjoyed Austin. Again, like a lot. I've enjoyed my time there. I've definitely enjoyed my time there. I'm not going to be living in, the Austin area. I'm going to be living a little bit further outside of it due to the insane expense of Austin. But it's not a far drive. And, I'm going to be doing some meetups when I'm there. Yelling "Futo" sounded so Italian. Yeah. Honestly, I put a lot of work into remove my Staten Island Guido-ish accent, or like right when I moved out when I was 17 or 18 years old. But every now and then it comes back out, just a little bit. But I've done a lot of work to try and flatten it to a normal New York accent. Hope you have fun with whatever comes next in your journey. Thank you very much, Gio. Loved New York City 10 years ago and watching you to get my fix since. Thank you, Anderson. Think about what the internet was before. It was message board, so it makes sense for a decentralized internet. Yeah, thanks for your work. Good luck. Thank you, nobody. I'm casually hearing the live stream while going to the restroom and then hear Lewis losing his marbles at a guy trying to change. Who thought it'd be a feminine ending? Yes. Have you taken mushrooms? Nope. Why move to Texas specifically? Explained that earlier. Yeah, rewind video. Good luck on the move. Thoughts on reverse engineering. Open source is great, but it would also be great to have more rights to reverse engineer, repurpose existing code. IP laws are too strict. I don't know about that, to be honest with you. I mean, like, if you reverse engineer something to figure... Actually, are you talking about something like cracking the encryption for something like DVD DVD copy protection, like what DVD Decryptor did back in 2004? If you're talking about Section 12, anything related to Section 12.1 of the DMCA, we're on the same page. But because I'm not a professional attorney, and admittedly, I'll be honest, I'm not a legal scholar, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. Don't forget to bring your Guido accent to Texas. Don't forget to bring your Guido accent to Texas. What the fuck are you doing? It's a fangu, you motherfucker. No, I don't know, I can't do that. I really, like, I got rid of that accent like 15 years ago. I can't even try to have that accent. Because I noticed, like, the moment that you leave and you go out into the rest of the world, if you have that accent, people just look down at you. So I did my best to remove it. Evan Drake funded 10. Plenty of flux, more flux on all the flux. Thank you very much, Evan. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Okay, where am I in chat? See you later, Rodrigo. Hope you have a lovely day. We see another one of your flux tsunamis again. You know, I actually packed up the computer in my office today. So probably not until January or February. Because the store is not moving until January. Because the building that I want is not going to be available to January. But I'm moving now. So there's like I unpacked all my I packed up all my shit in my office. So me fixing a board, you probably won't see until then. I did post a recent video. It wasn't a board repair video. Admittedly, it was not a board repair. It was kind of trying to show people how to. I was trying to spread hate. I was trying to. It was a hate speech video. It was a video, a very prejudiced video. Prejudiced and hate speech video going over conical tips and why you should never use conical tips because they're awful. You know, which is the truth. I mean, people should hate conical tips. They deserve hate. Right here. So, yeah, I was trying to show you these things. Let me show you. What is a conical tip? Because this piece of shit right here. This piece of shit right here that nobody should ever be soldering with. Garbage. I just linked that in the chat if anybody's interested. That you'll see board repair videos from me. Again, next year. Think January, February. Honestly, if we're being honest, probably closer to February. Maybe March. It's going to take a while to set everything up. But yeah. Seem to be your favorite shirt to wear. Honestly, this is the one that I wear the least often of all these shirts. It's just people notice it because it's bright and it's different than all my other ones. I refuse to get rid of my accent. I see you refuse to get rid of it in typing as well. What was the last straw? The last straw with New York City for me was not even the shit where they don't know their own laws, because I went over that. Like, I've had a lot of people who are simps for the city. There are people who are simps for the city that have said stuff like, you know, he has brain worms, he keeps bringing this up. But, like, again, you know, if you get fined for something, you really should be able to contact your state government and figure out how to not be fined. You know, a lot of people have said with this particular case that I should have just been logging the machines even if I didn't buy them. But the people who told me about this system, when it was released, literally told us, if you don't buy it, then no. Like, when we specifically asked about this fucking use case of when somebody recycles something, and we have notified them numerous times, do I put that in the system? And they said, no, that is not a purchase. And then they get fined for that several years later. That wasn't it. All, you know, the expense, the fines, yeah, I mean, how much the cost of living for the garbage environment that none of that stuff was really it at the end of the day. What really did it for me was dealing with an audit that lasted almost over a year, and I'm not going to go over much of that until it's done. I will go over that when it's done. But I'm sick. I don't want it's like, even me living in New Hampshire, I'm not really paying the same taxes to New York that I would living here. But I don't want my business's money going here either. Like, I don't want my employee payroll tax dollars going to this city or state anymore. I don't want sales tax going to this city or state anymore. I don't want franchise. I want nothing. If I have to drive somewhere, I'll fucking drive around New York State from now on just to not have to pay tolls in this state. Like, it's just tiring after like, I know so many companies. I plan to ride the e-bike in Texas, but I'm not going to bring it there until next year. Because if I come back to check out my business, I'm probably going to sleep in the office when that happens. But I want to have my e-bike to get around here. I'm going to keep you out of the store. We'll miss you in New Hampshire. Thank you for all your content. You think a market exists for simpler keyboarded smartphones? I don't think so. I think people say they want keyboarded smartphones, but then they say it, but they don't actually pay for them, and that's why they went away. I never really, I'll be honest, I never liked them very much. And the moment touchscreens even got slightly good, I was, with a BlackBerry, I always had to keep my fingernails grown and type with my fingernails because I couldn't type with my fingers. Keyboards that are that small are just too small to type on very well. What was I saying about the other thing, huh? Yeah, like, I know so many businesses that pay people off the books, that just cheat in every manner possible, and, like, nothing ever happens to them. And, like, I was paying payroll tax. Like, I had all my employees on the books from day one. Like, didn't cheat on anything. And it's like, I'm just tired of being put through the ringer when our store doesn't even buy shit off of people. We don't even buy shit off of people and we get fined by this bullshit. I know people that like knowingly buy stolen shit and nothing ever happens to them. I guess the thing that bothers me the most is I am known in this industry, in this small... Yeah, that too, Kopaz. The whole non-essential thing, like, fuck you, Cuomo. But I know so many people that cheat in so many ways that nothing ever happens to. And several of them are probably watching this fucking stream. Speak of the fucking devil! But... Speak of the fucking motherfucking devil. But I digress. There are so many fucking people in this city that cheat the system at every fucking turn, and nothing ever happens to them. I am known as the goody two-shoes of this industry. People laugh at the fact that I take pictures of my fucking receipts when I spend $10 in a goddamn employee lunch to upload to QuickBooks in the case of an audit, and I still get fucked. I'm done. Fuck you. Like, just fuck this entire state. But that's a rant for another day. You sound like a buddy of mine who moved out of New York City. He stopped on the state line during his final move to gingerly on the state as he left. You know what? I'm probably going to ginger on the state line as well. Ginger for everybody. Have you ever thought about running for Senate or House? You know what? No, not for me. Nobody says, wait a sec, users not being the product. That sounds anti-make money any way you can. This dude, honestly, like, again, to be clear, if he winds up making money by investing in something, I'm sure he'll take it. But he's been very clear that there are many things that they're doing where they fully expect to not make any money. The idea is to give back to society. And I want to be a part of that. I think it's cool. Like, everybody thinks billionaires are universally assholes, but some, like not all of them. Not all of them. I met one that's not an asshole, so, you know, I believe in what he's doing. I'll help him out. Justin says, safe travels. Thank you. I'll pay you $2 to sell out to me. I'm not going to sell out to you, Paul Daniels. I wouldn't even buy into you. You're closing your shop in New York. In a few months, yes. What happens to your store? It moves to Texas. I wanted a keyboard on my phone before screens were over 4 inches. Once screens were a reasonable size, use a Bluetooth keyboard. Yeah, I mean, honest, voice-to-text is pretty good. I stopped using voice-to-text as much. For anything sensitive, I don't use voice-to-text anymore once I realized that Google tried to opt me into saving all my shit for 12 fucking years. But what's funny about companies like Raycon, Manscaped, etc. is they're usually the same as cheap Alibaba kind of products. Yeah, I have a set of Shure Ionics here that I got refurbished that I use a lot. I like them. I don't use Raycons. I think they sound like shit personally. By the way, if you ever see me shilling Raycons here, it means I'm broke. I'm just going to put that line in the sand now. I've heard Raycons. I think they sound like dog shit. I think they suck. If you ever see me shilling Raycons, it means I am broke. Don't buy them. Like, you know how they say, like, blink twice if you're in trouble? Like, you know, like, give us a sign. If you see me shilling Raycons, that means that there's probably somebody with a gun to my head, or at that point, I am severely destitute, and at that point, I would kindly appreciate if one of my longtime fans would offer me their couch to sleep on, because it probably means I'm about to be homeless. Like, I've listened to that shit. They sound like dog shit for the price. It's like Bose, you know. It's one of those it's entirely advertising budget and no quality, in my opinion. What's reasonable? 7,000 for 300 miles of range. Again, when it comes to electric vehicles, I have an electric vehicle. I have nothing wrong with electric vehicles. It's just, like, again, when you look at like a battery that costs $16,000 or $20,000 for about 300 miles, it's just, you're not going to sell people on that shit. You're going to wind up creating a culture war. Yoda 19611, that is way too much money. Thank you very much. God bless. What is going to be your official position at Futo and the people who are following you at Futo? I don't like using the official position because I think, like, positions for the most part are bullshit. I usually, I don't know, I feel weird naming positions. I even feel weird calling myself the owner of my own business. After 30 years in Brooklyn, I'm finally fleeing the city, moving to Europe, Berlin. Congrats on your transition. Well, I hope you enjoy Berlin. That's a radical change, but I hope it's the best for you. I am behind on chat by 11 minutes. What's your new commute going to be like? Well, I will use my e-bike to get around downtown Austin when I bring it next year. Again, I'm going to wait till my store in New York City is completely gone, because when I fly back here, I'm probably going to be sleeping in the basement of the store every now, like once a week or so, or once a month, and I'll keep my e-bike here to get around. And then when I take the store shit, that's when I'll take the e-bike over. The e-bike will probably be for downtown Austin area, And what part of Texas are you looking into? Probably Round Rock area, around the Round Rock area. So I'll probably drive in from Round Rock and use the bike to get... I'll keep the bike at the store so I can get around downtown without a car. Driving downtown Austin with a car is hell. Not nearly as bad as New York City, but it's still hell. So I'd want to use an e-bike to get around there. And but driving into the area, I'd use a car. It's like a 25-minute drive. Are you going to miss those mid-January ball-freezing rides? No, I'm not. And I am not going to miss the negative 14-degree winters of New Hampshire either. 1,000 viewers. Woo. Holy. No way in hell. This channel has not had 1,000 viewers in... Dude. Okay, I used to have 600 live viewers at 40,000 subscribers. And at some point, it got to the point where with 1.7 million subscribers, I would only have like 300 viewers. So 1,000 is actually... This is close to a record here. Very cool. Formed under terrible options. Oh, I like that. That could be what Fudo stands for, too. I like that. What e-bike do you recommend? The one that you make yourself. Check out the folks at ebikes.ca. I want to be very clear that I am not sponsored by these people. They're just very kind, nice people that only... They seem to exclusively sell good products, even if they cost a little bit more than what you'll find elsewhere. They're a website that cultivates high-quality shit. I hope you enjoy being out in New York City. I do every time I am. I particularly like the Phase Runner, the Cycle Analyst, and the Phase Runner. So they sell something that turns the BBS HD into pretty much a motorcycle. Like when you use one of these phase runners, and the base programming, to be clear, I think it has too much integral gain, so you're going to want to adjust the integral gain down a lot. But yeah, when you get... Oh, what the hell? ETA no... Holy... Okay, I have to stop killing these things then. I've killed like 5 of those. I have to be careful on my last one. I learned how to ID burn computers from Lewis. I fixed my 96 Jeep computer with 3 cat puppy tours. Don't fix your computer with a cat or a puppy. That's mean. Cats and puppies are not supposed to be put into computers. They're supposed to be adorable little animals that sit on your chair that go meow meow as you pet them. Anyway, I put the link in chat. Pre-built e-bikes are always going to suck because they're forced to follow legal limits, and the legal limits make them garbage. When you actually have the ability to get away from that, they become great. And no, the cops are not looking. Like, cops are not taking out a multimeter. The cops are not going, let me look at the programming and see what the fucking integral gain is on your pit loop. Like, that's not a thing. Just don't drive like an asshole and you're fine. Besides friends and family, what will you miss most? I don't have family that I'm going to miss in New York. I assure you. The only person that I would... The one person in my family that's not a scumbag, in my opinion, would be my stepmom and my dad. And my dad, you know, they live in Wisconsin. My dad got out of this shithole 13 years ago, and I visit him from time to time. Friends, honestly, I got a couple. Yeah, it's like me. There's like 1 or 2 people I'll miss. One or 2 people for the most part. How are we going to get any more high-value content like the grade of the trash can? I don't know, man. How are we going to get any more kind of high-quality content like the fucking grate? Let's see. Where's the grate? How's my baby doing over here? How's this piece of shit video doing? Let's see. This thing was getting 800,000 views a day recently. Make me rich, baby. Make me rich. Pay for my moving truck. Moving truck is going to be like $5,600. And then I got to leave a tip so that they don't ruin my shit too. Yeah, this... Oh my god. I think this is almost beat Linus's best video ever. This is almost beat Linus's best performing video. That's crazy. That is crazy. So, listen, if you guys can leave a comment, whether it's a like, a happy comment, a hateful comment, a douchey comment, a let them live in your home comment, like, honestly, here's the thing. Eli has made the case many times. Thank you, Kopaz. He's made the case that YouTube essentially makes most of their money on hate speech. And what he means by hate speech is not what the ADL calls hate speech. He just means people shitting on each other in the comments. He's right. Like, I learned that with my video, Why I Don't Use Apple Products, that I did in 2014. He's right. Like, I read 99% of the comments in that video. Correct. But I'll take it. You keep telling me what an idiot I am, and I'll keep cashing checks. Example, M1 Max. Apple wrote graphics drivers for M1. Someone wants to release a custom OS, Linux, but needs a graphics drivers. Currently, reusing Apple's code is illegal. I think it shouldn't be. Well, what is it that makes it illegal, Christoph? Again, I agree with you in spirit. I agree with you in philosophy. I'm sure we agree a lot on the philosophy. It's just I don't know what makes it specifically illegal. And the thing is that I've learned as I get older is, Evan Drake, working the night shift, keep me entertained. Thank you very much, Evan. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, I would want to know what makes it illegal, because one of the things I notice is that I I sometimes get tunnel visioned with brain dead populism. I'll admit it. Everybody has their flaws. And like, I will believe, okay, let's just burn this system down, and without thinking about why that system was created and what the ramifications will be of doing so. Now, some things I just think are straight up bullshit. You know, like some things I just think are absolute straight up bullshit. But at the same time, if it's something that I'm not 110% informed on, I'd like to learn a little bit more about it before I go full in on it. You're going to leave the store running and wait for your employees to leave and just shut it down, or open a second store in Texas? I open a second store in Texas. Once the store in Texas is up and running, fully functional, has all the shit there that it needs, at that point, the New York location stops taking new business. The New York location will stay open, not taking in any new business until all of the old business is out. Once all the old business is out, once every customer has been satisfied, all their repairs have been completed, then that location closes for good. And whatever equipment is left there, I either get a second moving truck to move it, or I, at that point, I don't know, just auction it off in a fucking YouTube live stream or something. As a 10-year viewer and lifelong Texan, I welcome you. Hope to meet you someday. Well, I hope to do a bunch of meetups. I used to do meetups in New York City from time to time, and when I'd move around the states, and I hope to do way more once I'm settled. I'm behind in chat by 18 minutes. I'm on 10-12. 10-12. How do you have less than 100,000 subs in your live channel? Love the content there. Because I go out of my way to shitpost and lose subscribers. I post content to that channel that is completely irrelevant to most people. Like random cat videos, me driving, me riding a bike, me like carrying a phone in my pocket while I'm taking a piss. Like that channel is literally garbage. That channel is it's just a repository of garbage. It's where I experiment with different topics and ideas, and I would argue I don't even have 100,000 subscribers in this channel, to be honest with you. What kind of gun are you getting when you go there so you can be a real Texan? We'll cross that bridge when I feel comfortable sharing what I own there publicly. We'll cross that bridge when I feel comfortable sharing what I have locked up in my publicly. Anyway, like for instance, this channel. Like I did an interview earlier today. This interview is 6 hours old. It has 2,700 views. Like, do I really have 1.7 million subscribers here, or is that a bullshit number? I don't know. What is your all-time record from news store to your home on bike? Less than 20 minutes. 23 minutes and 8 seconds is the one that I remember. I feel like at one point I did 21:58 or 21:36, but I don't know if that's a dream or not. So I'm going to just stick with the one that I remember for sure, which is around 23:08, 23:09. I may try to beat that tomorrow because, again, tomorrow is literally the last day that I'm going to be using that bike for anything in this city. So I may try to beat that tomorrow. Staten Island in the house. Yeah. How much of the crew is moving with you? Steve, Chris, Kevin Dan, Orhan Patrick. That's 6 people. Steve and Chris, Dan, Kevin, Orhan Patrick. Honestly, Steve and Chris, and I'll recreate the entire company from scratch. Like the best the best technician and the best manager, the best technician and the best customer service dude. Like those 2 people, and I could recreate. I'll rebuild an empire from scratch with those 2 guys. But I am happy that I have more than them coming. New York City is unaffordable. No, there's way more to it than just that, James Grant. You love Tex, and Tex will love you. It's life after New York. Your inspiration for me to move on to. Julie, I got to respond to your email. Sorry, I've had 2 things in my inbox from you that I haven't responded to. My apologies, Julie. You've always been incredibly kind. No economic incentive would get me to move to a place that curtails reproductive rights the way Texas does. I mean, listen, my governor was threatening people that invited their family over for Thanksgiving dinner 2 years ago, so don't get too high on the horse there. It's not like your rights don't get curtailed here. First time YouTube has decided to recommend the stream while you're live. Have a few bucks for that moving truck, and congrats on getting out of that toxic city. Thank you, Colton Spears. Thank you very much. Oh, YouTube still does this bullshit with chat where when you scroll down, okay, so everything from 10:14 to 10:24 is gone. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I gotta so my apologies if you left the chat between 10:14 and 10:24. It is out of my box. I'm starting a medical rights repair movement in Texas. Let me know when you're settled. I'm 2 hours away. You are the dude that sent me that Sennheiser microphone set 7 years ago. And I am so happy to see that you started a channel and that you're kicking ass with it. Thank you so much. This dude sent me a Sennheiser microphone kit and said, you know, like, I do the same shit that you do on medical equipment. Thank you for everything that you do. And I remember you. And I hope I hope that hearing that you were talking about, the congressional hearing you were talking about testifying in, went well for you. And I hope the best for everything that you're doing. And yes, absolutely, I hope to have you show up to a meetup at some point. Email me. You have my email. Last video I watched, you advocated a forked version of Android privacy, but with root and access limited in today's climate, what hardware do you recommend to be able to install the OS? Yo, that's a tough one. So Aaron told me that, well, like, again, he wanted to install graphene on his own phone. So he goes to Best Buy and he asks, is this phone locked? I have a locked bootloader. And they said, no, it's unlocked. But the guy at Best Buy thought that he meant locked as in locked to a specific carrier. He didn't, so he bought it and it was fucking locked. And then he goes back to the store and he's like, yeah, the guy's like, oh yeah, we you know, it's unlocked. You can use it with T-Mobile or anybody you want. And he's like, no. I meant unlocked bootloader. So it's hard to find people that even know what that means. This is on a Pixel, and I get the irony of that because it's a fucking Pixel and it's a de-Google device. It's what's keeping new people out from moving in. I don't understand what that means, James Grant. I'm sorry. Did you give up a rent stab apartment? I have not stabbed anybody here. Lewis, what happened to Erica? That's a $50 super chat. Actually, no, this is the main channel. Fuck that. That's a $200 super chat. What do you see the future of the city being? Don't know. Don't care. Don't know. Don't care. Don't know. Don't care. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I really don't. And honestly, like, I'm just at a point where I don't care. Like, I posted this in a video that I did a while ago. Let me find it. Let me find the video that I did a while ago on this. Where was it? Stick. I'll read it. This is like a tsunami. Better Biomed got me a job. He's a good dude. Oh, 1 sec. I don't want to fall behind in the tsunami of comments, but I know I'm going to fall by in the tsunami. So we were talking about a guy that Steve stole a stick from. There was a guy that was breaking every car with a stick, and Steve, being the fucking bro that he is, comes along and steals the guy's fucking stick. That's Steve being a bro. He walked up to a criminal and stole his fucking weapon. Anyway, somebody said, Texas is too hot, Miami is too money expensive. Alternative. Get window tints on your car and come to Texas. Get some good tints. I got myself some good tints and they're awesome and now I'm good. And get remote start so you could turn the air conditioner on from far away. Why was this dude doing that? What purpose did breaking random windows serve? I don't understand it, and I find it strange that nobody else seems to be questioning it. My response: why is commercial real estate the size of my store going for $75,000 a month when the city's empty? Why is there a charity homeless shelter started by the governor that the city is paying $3,500 to $4,500 a month for per homeless person with rooms more crowded and less sanitary than a 1940s prison? Why are the roads trash even though city budget is over $80 billion a year? Go over to Better Biomed's channel in Neuropilot and you'll learn more. Why was indoor dining banned, but building a house in the street for people to dine in during COVID okay? Why are there strict regulations around Department of Buildings permits for the most basic of construction, but no permit necessary to build a house on the street out of plywood for use as a temporary restaurant right next to cars? Why is a house in Brooklyn with the ceiling falling into the living room selling for $1.4 million? Why is our education system trash when we spend over $22,000 per year per student? Why are you allowed to advertise a 1,500 square foot space as 3,000 square feet, then claim loss factor when I mention it as a 1,570 square foot in person without being shut down for fraud? Why does the Department of Consumer Affairs not care about such blatant false advertising but turn around and fine me for selling laptops with clean and detailed records, allowing the realtor to get away scot-free as he lies about every space in Manhattan? And why is this practice unique to New York City? Why did somebody start setting fires to every garbage bag on the block a few months ago, including one right in front of my window? And why do I get a random financial audit by the Department of Finance after a year of pointing all this out on YouTube? I don't know! And I don't care! I don't give a fuck anymore! I'm done! I have so many questions, and after 33 years, I stopped expecting answers. I say this as a native New Yorker who was born here, built a business from the ground up from scratch here. I just don't care for answers anymore. As I get older, I am no longer interested in finding answers. I am interested in there being less questions, and moving to places where there are less questions. That's your answer. What does the future of the city hold? Who the fuck cares? It's not my problem anymore. I can take somebody else's money to fuck it up from now on. Thank you, Yoda19611. That is too kind. Why don't you work on regular PCs or laptops that run Windows? Because every time I would do that, people would be cunts and leave me one-star reviews saying that it took me more than 2 days to fix their device. When I would tell them up front, there are 2 models of Mac that come out every year. I can own every single part and have it in the store so that I can give you a repair the same day. With a PC, there's like 2,000 different models that come out like every couple of years. Like I cannot stock every single part. There's no self-leveling concrete. So I need to buy the parts that I need to do an estimate. That means that it will take a week before I can give you an answer as to what it will cost. Are you okay with that? And they would nod and say yes. And then 2 days later, I'd get a phone call saying, why isn't it done yet? You said it would be done in 2 days. And I said, no. I said it would be a week before I even had an estimate for you. And then I get a once. And like after this happened, like for the 5th time, I said, fuck this. I'm going back to just dealing with a very small segment of a small number of devices, but being able to offer you same-day service. Wish Paul S. could join you, but he seems very rooted in New York. Gonna miss seeing him on your channel. I wish him the best of luck and success with his business. I've told him, use your YouTube videos that you've done on this channel as a resume. What I suggested he do, I said, you walk into every one of these shops and ask them, do you do a FlexGate repair? And they say, no. Well, listen, we charge $3.25 for it. This cable costs $4. It takes me 40 minutes to do. Why are you not taking in this money? If you hired me, then I could allow you to make $200 or $300 an hour, and I'm only going to ask for a very small fraction of that so that you no longer say no to this thing that can make you money. Here's my resume. I work for the best-rated MacBook repair shop in the United States. And truly, I don't give a fuck if somebody says we're arrogant, egotistical. It's just true. Google Maps, MacBook repair, best rated in the United States. Steve, Chris, Dan, Kevin, Paul, these people, this is the dream team right here. These people have, they're the best. They're the best. They're the best. And by all means, boast that. Show off that reputation. Go to these places and tell them why they need you, because they do. Looking at buying or making an e-bike, what do you recommend for battery capacity? What is your e-bike battery capacity? I have 3 in parallel. They're 14 series, 7 parallel, and one of them is 14 series, 6 parallel. So the total is 14 series, 20 parallel, and 14 series, 20 parallel. I use 35E cells. If I was remaking it today, I wouldn't be using 35E. I was looking for longevity. I used to use 30Qs back in the day when I was using 1 pack. I would suggest EM3EV. I'm going to type it in the chat here. Do not use unit pack power. Unit pack power explode. No unit pack power. Unit pack power very, 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 very bad. They lie too. They lie. You know if you're watching this, you motherfucker. I used a 100 amp bridge rectifier, and you went on your YouTube channel like a little bitch that you are, and you said I used a 30 amp. Fuck you. Their shit blows up. If you don't, not just me. There's a dude in Florida that tried to sue them because his house burned down with that fucking piece of shit battery. EM3EV batteries are very good. If you take a look on every single web forum, they are almost universally, they're almost universally lauded as some of the best when it comes to build quality. They brag about build quality on their website. Again, if you just go through, they take longer to make. You will wait a lot of time to have one of these batteries shipped to you. There are several decaf coffee brands that taste as good as the real thing. I don't drink coffee. I think caffeine sucks. Honestly, coffee doesn't taste good to me. I think coffee is shit. But look, like this versus this. They take, now again, you will pay a premium for EM3EV batteries. And to be clear, I'm not sponsored by them. They don't send me free shit. I pay for everything I bought. I paid full price for the batteries that I bought from this company. But they are put together very well. I did a YouTube video on my channel where I showed you how they put this thing together. And it's really, really good. Like their batteries are put together really well. So I had one set where I wanted to replace the BMS with another one, and I open it on camera and I show you how they put it together. Where's the latest people can meet you in New York City store? I have a repair I'd like to meet you in person for. I'll be honest, I have a rule at work where I tell my employees to always say that I'm not there, even if I am, because I've had so many of these weird conversations with people that usually like they just drone on and on for 15 or 30 or 45 minutes, and the moment that I try to step away and get something else done, they're like, wait, so you don't want to talk? Oh, so you're one of those people. You think you're better than me. It's like I've instructed my employees, literally, if I'm standing there, I could literally be standing right next to them. They say, Lewis is not here. That's a hologram. So Yeah, after about 900,000 subscribers, it got to a point where if I said yes to every time somebody walked in the store, I would literally have to find a new office because I get nothing done. Like at one point, I would just try to get as much work done from home instead of go to the office, just because I would be able to get stuff done. I mean, if you want to come by and say hi, like I can't guarantee when I'm in because I'm in and out. There's a couple of meetings that I'm doing tomorrow because I want to enjoy a little bit of the last 2 days I have in the city with some people. So I'm not going to be spending a lot of my time at work. But yeah, my rule has literally been like, my staff just says I'm not there. I know I'm probably an asshole, but it's literally the only way I can get work done. If I didn't do that, it would be impossible. Like if I'm there, I'll say hi, I'll give you a fist bump. How are you? But yeah, I don't. I'm less conversational now than I used to be. You can make your own battery. I made one. I used LG M50 LT. I don't want to make my own battery. I trust the M3V to do it. I definitely trust the M3V to do it. Why is my phone vibrating so much? Why? Stop vibrating. Are you buying a house or an apartment? I rented a place, and if I wind up liking it, I'll buy it. Yeah, I'm going to be in and out tomorrow. I'll probably be there like close to closing. Like I'm probably going to be there. I honestly don't know. I have a meeting at 3 o'clock. Early on in the day, I'm going to be packing a lot of shit. Probably sometime around 12 to 1. I can't guarantee it. I may be in between 12 and 1. Sonny, I got him. I feel like such a piece of shit. I paid the bill like 3 months late. Mario Contino, if you're watching this, I am truly sorry for paying my bill 3 months late. I did pay actually, I think I paid him 5 times what he was originally. I felt so bad for being one of those fucking douchebags that leave something at somebody's store forever that I think I paid like 5 times what he was asking for the bill to be, but I still felt like a piece of shit. He actually left a nice note with it and everything. I felt so bad. He's a good dude. Mario Contino is a really good guy. If you have a one wheel in New York City and there's anything wrong with it, find Mario Contino. Mario Contino, good guy. Fixes one wheels. I'm moving the store to Texas. Yes. 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 What do you think about right to repair in the next 5 to 10 years? Yes. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I don't know what does that mean? I don't think I'm going to change my mind on any of the things that I've said. I don't think I'm going to change my mind on any of the things that I've said about it in the next few years. I think that more people are going to care about this as time goes on and as it becomes an issue that becomes more mainstream, and I hope it does become more mainstream. I don't know about the legal aspect of it. I am, Ruginus, I am. Oh man, I am behind by 20 minutes in chat. You think about leaving the New York City location open? Hell no. That place is barely profitable as is, and sometimes isn't, because I grew it too big, too many people, and too expensive a location. Like once I take the mail-in business away from it, and I take the online store away from it, then it'll just collapse in on itself. Like it's one thing to have that location. It's one thing to have that location with and have it propped up by mail-in, propped up by my online forum, propped up by me selling flux and hot air stations and all that shit. If I do all of that out of Texas, then the only thing that the New York location has is walk-in business. It'll collapse. Like $13,600 in rent and all those people, like that would collapse. It instead of it losing like 1 or 2K a month from time to time, it would be like just hemorrhaging. I got too big too soon. Again, like in 2017, I had like 4 or 5 people working here. Like 4 or 5 people. In 2020, I had 16. That's insane. I don't know. I don't want to have 16 employees. It's too much to keep track of. It's too many people, too many mouths to have to feed if business gets slow. Too many people's interpersonal issues. It's just too much. It's too much. Like, right now, I'm down to about 11. But even then, like I would feel comfortable being closer to around 6. Like, I thought that I was going to be more successful than I was after that CBC News piece came out. Here is a fist bump from the Netherlands. Thank you. Hopefully that's Duke. I miss Duke. I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, like I thought that I kind of got a little too excited with my own success after that CBC News piece. I thought that it was going to keep going and going and going, so I kept growing and growing and growing, thinking that what could possibly go wrong? And, I wound up with 16 employees and, all the salaries associated with paying 16 employees. And that just, I made the wrong decision. I got too excited too soon. I thought this would be a much bigger company than it was. I thought we were going to get all this new business, and that was dumb. Oh well. You don't get all your dreams don't get to be successful. I have an online business starting to gain traction, but parents are worried about no job benefits and gaps in resume. Advice. Your parents are always going to suggest that you do the safe option. That's what parents are for. So you should take their advice. You should listen to them. You should take it. You should absorb it, take it in, and then do what you think is the best thing to do for you. What is your risk tolerance? What is your risk tolerance telling you? So if you have, here's Eli, the computer guy, talks about something called the curve. So he's like, he said he used to make, $100,000 to $200,000 a year doing IT work, right? He used to make six figures doing IT work, and he stopped when he saw YouTube go from like $300 a month to $600 a month. Now you may think, listen, if you're making $9,000 or $10,000 a month, why the fuck are you going to stop that to make $300 or $500? It's not the 3 or the 500. It's seeing it go from 300 to 500 to 800 to 1,000. Whereas your normal job. Thank you, Evan. Your normal job, it's like you make $9,000 a month. The next month you make 8. The next month you make 9. The next month you make 8. The next month you make 9. It's actually more exciting to be down here and see this than it is to be up here and see this. So do you have a curve? That's what I would ask. Are you curvy? Because if you're curvy, you're good. But are you curvy? First time YouTube has decided to recommend a stream while you're live. Have a few bucks for moving for that moving truck, and congrats getting out of that city. Thank you very much, Colton Spears. I highly appreciate it. My entire gripe with Apple is the pricing. For example, new MacBook Pro around $1,700 US. I could get a gaming laptop at $3,070. Yeah, but that's the thing. They're not trying to sell you a gaming laptop. Like, a lot of people will shit on Apple for these things, but they're not trying to sell you that. They're selling you something different entirely. They're selling, what's the battery life on that gaming laptop going to be? How's the trackpad on that gaming laptop going to be? What's the resolution on the screen of that gaming laptop? What's the quality of the screen of the gaming laptop? Like, there are certain things that you get with a MacBook that you're not getting with a gaming laptop. It's fundamentally, it's a device for different people. Here's some money for the road trip. Was back in Manhattan last week for the first time in a few years. Things looking worse than ever. Congrats on your smart move. Thank you, Stephen Light. Thank you so much. What Staten Island did you live in? I grew up in Richmond Town. I moved to New Dorp when I was 17, and then I moved the fuck out of there for Canarsie. I went from Canarsie to Bushwick, from Bushwick to East New York, from East New York to Bed-Stuy, where I live today. The Steve stick grabbing video is awesome. I agree, Jim. Thoughts on the Technology Bill of Rights in 2024? The ability to choose to not update your device, the ability to roll your device back to an older software revision if you so choose, the ability to unlock the bootloader of your device so that you can install the operating system of your choice, the ability to unlock the bootloader without your hardware warranty being voided, right to repair. Just a draft, like a draft. Obviously that has to be edited a lot. You fixed my MacBook 2 years ago, and it's crazy that you're going to be right around the corner soon. Good luck, and God bless Texas. God bless Texas. Thank you, Carrot. Thank you. I love Unipack Power. I time you out. I will, Brandon. I will be doing a lot of them. As a native, please leave the coastal latitude in the coast. There's a reason that we... Nope, you can gargle my dick. Sorry, I can't take that shit seriously. I lived in New York City for 33 years, and I saw people come here from Kansas, Montana, South Carolina, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. Like, people come to New York City from all over the world, and they bring their attitude with them. And they also bring gentrification, and they also make the neighborhoods here more expensive. So, like, I do not feel guilty at all being the person that I am when I go there. All of you, when you came to New York, were the person that people you were when you came here. So I'm going to do the same in reverse. Don't care. Here's the new business. More videos. Keep the right to repair fight. Also, here's from Mr. Clinton's Greenies. Thank you. Yep, I'm not changing. I mean, I'll change in the natural way that people change as they get older and they get wiser and they learn more. But in terms of like, you know, like this tribalistic shit of just, you know, dress like and have the same bumper sticker in the same car and all the other same shit as your neighbor. It's like, nah, fuck that. That's never going to be me. EM3V is pretty good for most power devices. I like EM3V. Thank you, Juan. I really appreciate that. You know, Colton Spears, the weird thing, for what it's worth, what you built in New York City was very inspiring. I appreciate that. Sometimes I wish it was a bit more successful than it actually was, but I think a lot of people think it was more successful than it actually was, but I appreciate that. Yeah, the funny thing is when I went to Unit Pack Power, I specifically paid extra for 35E cells. I told them, I asked, like, how much money would it take for you to take this battery that you have and build it with 35E cells instead of whatever the fuck you put in there by default? And they said, here's how much it would be. I did not lowball. I did not bargain. I did not say, come on, man, that's too expensive. Same amount. Do you want to still make music, at least for fun? I never made music. I recorded other people making music, and I sucked at it. Yeah, I don't make music, so it's not something I thought of. So I've been going through this stack of hard drives because I'm moving, and I wanted to like really consolidate all my shit into one place, and I found this whole stack of hard drives. That's where I found the picture of Mr. Clinton after he fucked up his leg after trying to destroy my apartment. And I did find some of my original recordings from back in the day, and it brought back some nostalgia, like me trying to be a recording engineer in 2007. It was cute. I sucked. I'll leave that to the Roy Hendricksons of the world. People with actual talent. Don't be parasocial with the influencer. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It can be weird. I don't know what the best password manager is. I would ask somebody like Daniel Smullen. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm kind of building a network of people that know about the things that I don't know about. It kind of helps me vet whether projects are bullshit. What I would do, if you want to know which password manager is actually good, I would bother this gentleman right here, Mr. Daniel Smullen. He is in my Discord. I don't know, he has a PhD in computer science, focus on privacy, good dude, has a brain, and like, yeah, ask him. He's in my Discord. The Discord link, let's see if it works. I would ask him. I don't know how you evaluate a password manager, so I'm going to put a link to the Discord down below as well. Would you recommend being thrifty in business? 100%, yes. This goes back to a video I did a long time ago. Let's see if I can find that video. Because people are always going to tell you to invest in all the stuff that you don't actually need. And I have a video from, I think, 10 years ago now. Yeah, this video is 10 years old. Are you a real business? Are you a real business? April 23rd, 2013. Watch that video. Be thrifty with yourself. Don't waste money on bullshit. Thank you, Mr. Bitsbyte. Thank you so much. That sounds like bullshit, Grandmaster Jim. Oh. Behind by 13 minutes. Why didn't you get the Pixel 4a 5G rather than the 5a 5G? Do you like the Pixel over Samsung's UI? I don't remember, honestly. I think this is just because we wanted to see if the Calyx Institute subscription thing actually worked before we gave them money. Like, we just wanted to make sure that, like, some of the basic shit that they had set up on their website actually worked. So we tried it. And we wanted to see if like what we got was actually a real phone. This is what you get when you get a membership to the Calyx Institute. Some cash free moving fund, truck, diesel, because Texas concealed carry fund. So glad to have you all here soon. Thank you so much, Pocket Dad. I will do some meetups when I get there, and I'll also try to have some cool people be there. I met the dude that's director of strategy at a space company that used to work at the White House. So become my new favorite friend in Austin, Texas. He's a cool dude. Maybe he'll show up to some of them. Got some other cool people that I met while I was there. Is dating and living with cats freak women out? That's a really weird question. I mean, if dating freaks a woman out, then that's her problem. Living with a cat? I mean, if that freaks a woman out, then fuck her. But I haven't met a woman that really cares that I live with cats. But yeah, I mean, if that's a weird, really weird, strange question. I mean, why would, like, lots of people date. I don't understand how dating could freak somebody out. I don't understand your question. It seems too weird to be a real question. That's strange. I don't get it. Thank you for all the great right to repair content over the years. Excited to see what you're able to accomplish once you're out of that horrible city. Stay safe in your move. Thank you, Grayson. Thank you so much. Any soldering station recommendations? More bench-oriented than the TS100. Get a used FX951. Listen, there's a lot of people giving up their careers out there because they failed at it. When I fail at something, I sell all the shit that I bought, usually at a massive discount just because I want it the fuck out of my face. I don't want to be reminded of failure every time that I come home. I don't want to see that shit on my kitchen counter that I tried at 10 or 30 times and failed at, so I'll get rid of it really cheaply. Find a used FX951. Stay healthy and safe. Much love. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you so much. We still have the YouTube channel up and running with updated videos. Sure I will. Sure I will. You never know. Sometimes people may actually watch them. Okay, I'm being a little passive-aggressive and salty. I was kind of hoping this would get more than 2,500. I'm trying to attract a higher level of talent than what has come in the past. I want to attract a higher level of talent than what has come through the doors in the past for this grant program and for investments. My goal with this, I would like to see Futo have the cream of the fucking crop coming in every single day, making grant requests. Again, Ian Clark of Freenet showed up. That was massively fangirling the day that he came to do his presentation. When he said, I found this shit because of your YouTube channel, I almost fainted. That was really awesome. That guy's got like one of the most cited papers in computer science over the past 15 years. That was cool. I'm going to still do YouTube videos. Whether or not you all watch them, I will still do them. I'm going to have Ian Clark on the channel for an interview next week. That's going to be cool. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Ian Clark interview. You're closing Rossmann Repair in New York City. There is no such thing as Rossmann with one end repair. I'm going to time you guys out from now on. You spell my name like that, you're out of here. You're out of here. I've had the same username for 10 years. Are e-bikes still illegal in New York City? Who the fuck knows? As long as you don't drive like a lunatic, you're fine. Honestly, even if you do, as long as you don't drive like an asshole, you're fine. Hey, you found new employees in Texas. I don't plan to. I have too many employees right now. I need to shed like 50% of the people that I have if I want this to be a reasonably run company that actually makes money rather than hemorrhage it. So, and I don't think I need to hire and retrain new people. Where are you moving to? I'm moving to Antarctica. I'm moving to Antarctica. Antarctica. I wanted some colder weather, so I'm moving to Antarctica. The video went blurry. Oh well, not much I can do. I got worried about a future employer looking far and wide for my controversial comments. Well, that's definitely something. Yeah, it's very good that I have a job at a company that doesn't care about that type of shit. When Aaron gave me my first grant at Fudo, when he gave me that grant 2 years ago to start Repair Preservation Group, okay, Yakov, if you have like 15 cats, then yes. If you have one or two, not really. Like when you think of a cat lady, you're not thinking of a lady with one cat. You're thinking of a lady with 13 cats. 13 cats, yeah, we have something to talk about. One cat, two cats, not really. Yeah, Aaron told me when I started this, when I started the nonprofit Repair Preservation Group that he asked me to start, and he made my first grant, he made me my first grant. He said very clearly, if anybody ever tries to go back and quote mine you for things that you've said and try to destroy you or try to malign you, I will stand by you throughout the entire process. I will not let that happen to you. I am not going to stop supporting you in what you're doing simply because somebody out there takes something you said out of context or tries to screw with you in some way, shape, or form or tries to portray you as a horrible person. I know who you are, and that's enough for me. And also he said, I'm not going to ask you to change anything that you're doing. Like, I probably shouldn't be saying this out loud, but over the course of 2 years, he has never asked me what I did with his money. And that's one of the things that Nick Merrill mentioned in this interview. He said, I don't think we've ever, he said out, just frankly, I've never gotten a grant of this size where they just said, keep doing what you're doing. And they didn't say, earmark the funds for this, or you need to get this done with our funds and prove to us how you did it. I appreciate it. I want to help that guy change the world. I want to help him change the world. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. That's going to be hard. There's a lot of work to do, but I want to find some top tier. I don't think I agree with you politically. Probably not. I certainly don't blame you for leaving that shithole of a city. Okay, maybe we agree more politically than I think, if that's how you refer to New York City. We do need more people advocating for consumer rights like you. Good luck in your next chapter. Keep up and be well. And holy crap, that's $50. Thank you. That's way more than I deserve. This $5,600 moving truck may actually get paid for. You never know. Like, I was really expecting to make like $20 in donations max tonight. This is crazy. Best Google photo alternative given your recent exposure to ridiculous and credible. You know, I'm looking for that myself. I like the idea of local storage personally. Local storage is looking really good. I want to look into some of the Nextcloud shit. So this phone comes with Nextcloud on it. And, you know, different providers. I like the idea of encrypted storage and using your own NAS. I want to look into that. Like, there's this whole host your own server option here. I'll be honest, I haven't had the time to look at any of this shit. I've been boxing up my fucking office all week and like just tying up loose ends everywhere. There's a lot of loose ends I've had to tie up. But once I'm settled in, I'm going to look into all these options. So not New Hampshire. Ooh, my food. 1 second. Sorry. Don't say anything on screen. Don't super chat.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Damn it, I said don't super chat, you fuck. Motherfucker. Would Fudo be able to grant my invention mobile solar systems? My video hit 500,000 views on TikTok. Email grants@fudo.org. Grants@futo.org. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about your project. Send an email. What's the worst thing that can happen? You get rejected or ignored. No big deal. Happens to me on Tinder every fucking day. I'm kidding. I don't use Tinder. But if I did, that's what would happen.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Damn it, I gotta get my food, you fuck. When I have my setup set up. 1 sec. Food. Hello. Thank you very much. All right, you can return to chatting. I did a video with Nick, interesting guy. Thank you. How did you weasel out of your New York City lease? There's no need to weasel. It's written right into there. It's written right in there. The downside of my lease is that any debt that is owed by me personally, not by the company, which sucks. The upside is I have a clause where I can leave when I want, as long as I give a little bit of notice and clean the place out, give back the keys, leave it in broom clean condition, I can go. Excuse me. Hello, Din Dog. How are you? He's chatting. You see the shadow banning occurring in the Fudo Adblock video? Nope. What was my TikTok video talking about invention mobile solar system? We got 500,000 views. I don't use TikTok. I'm too old for that platform. I'm too old to use TikTok. TikTok is not for me. I would love a series where people are taught how to make their own email servers, VPN mesh networks, etc. That would be cool. I'll ask Pavel about that. He would be into that.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Hannah, my driving is second to none. My driving is very safe, Hannah. This is what the live stream channel feels like. Yes. Eating. Hannah, you know my driving is amazing. There should be a $50 fee to misspell your name. True.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Steak salad with lettuce, guacamole, pico de gallo, onions, brown rice, and a hint of cilantro. And steak. Is your repair place still open? Yes. My 2016 Mac got blown out the USB-C ports from my boyfriend plugging in without a ground. Bring it in, Jordan. We'll check it out. Screwed up on the previous super chat, so here's an extra $5 help with the move to Antarctica. Thank you, Ratita. Thank you for being a regular viewer over these past few years. I always see your name come up with good comments. It is much appreciated. How's weekly repair score going? Any improvements? I saw Inwarp was talking about asking his girlfriend for help earlier. I gotta look at the document that Kopaz put together too.
Oh, sweet mercy.
I used to use a Focusrite Scarlett audio interface along with an Audio Technica 4050, but it died, so now I'm using an AE 5400, which is shittier. It's the same capsule, but it's missing a lot. Then I have this thing called Carla, which uses jack-off audio on Linux. I love my jack-off audio. Jack-off audio has some bugs, but it's pretty cool. So, like, I can have 4 plugins. I got an equalizer. Takes off a little 400 hertz. It's got a high pass. Been a subscriber since GameStop. Glad to see you leaving New York City. I knew it was hard for you. Thank you, Laughing Cat. Thank you for being there in those days. I have a de-esser. Oh, shit. What did I just do? I just hit randomized parameters, didn't I? Son of a fucking... Uh-oh. Okay. Back to here. I have a de-esser after that. So if I go siblings. Oh, fuck. Huh?
Oh, sweet mercy.
Ah, what the Is this even on? Hello? Ah. Oh, well. I don't know what I did. I broke something. Then there's a compressor afterwards. It's supposed to be like a cheap emulation of an LA2A. And then like a look-ahead limiter. I just broke it. Oh, well. Whoops. Oh, never mind. Here's the one that's working. This is the one that's working over here. So yeah, I got my... This is a de-esser. Siblings. Yeah, you got your de-esser over here. Got your little fake-ass LA2A over here. It's pretty cool. It sounded much better when I had an Audio Technica 4050. I've been meaning to like replace it, but I'm a cheapskate. So I've been using this works. It's not as good. It's the same capsule, but it uses a different body. So you have more cabinet resonance because it's not as open. I'm excited for you. I live in Houston. 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 Houston.
Oh, sweet mercy.
When you tried Central Texas barbecue, people try from all over the world. Honestly, nothing has beat Casey's Rib Shack in Manchester, New Hampshire yet. Nothing. Nothing has beat that. You break it with Erica. Tristan, that's a $200 super chat. I have answered that question 6,000 times this year. I will answer that question for $200. Let's see. Where am I in chat? Why is he leaving? Because I love Cuomo so much, and he won't marry me, and I can't stand it, so I'm going to another state. The best pizza supreme with ketchup on it. Ah, pizza's shit. Too many carbs. I'm not into pizza. I was hoping for a repair video, instead got eating salad. Listen. 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 When I do a repair video, I get 200 live views. When I eat salad, I get 1,000 live views. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope you take the chair, please and thank you. The chair is definitely coming with. The blue chair is coming with. This chair is my inspiration. I noticed this chair is my muse. still a BBSHD with a phase runner, Michael, with lowered integral gain and higher proportional gain than what comes by default from Grin. Yeah, and look at Carrie with the copies and pastes. Carrie's a champ. What a champ of a mod. What a fucking champ of a moderator. Everybody give it up for Carrie. I got a confession to make. She's been a subscriber for like 3 years. I don't know how to say her last name. I've tried many times. I've always failed. I don't have the heart to tell her. I can spell it, but I can't say it. Thanks for giving a window to your experiences. Thank you, Danger. I just answered that DEFCON 0. Come on, you're fucking killing me. I remember this funny story around 2016 when I came to pick up a repair. There was this kid working for you, 14, 16. He was annoying you and you ended up throwing his shoe. Ended up kicking him out of your store. I have no recollection of throwing anybody's shoe. Wait! Daniel! I remember that fuck. No, he's a good dude. He came to the course. He paid. His parents just wanted him the fuck out of the house. He was driving his parents insane. He's rich. Like, he's beyond rich. That kid's... This computer has a Core 9 7980XE processor that's just like $3,000. He gave me a fucking processor because he upgraded to like some sort of 5,000. So he took the course with Paul. And then afterwards, he was very interested in all this. Like, he really liked... He wanted something else to do. He was very bored sitting at home in rich parents' house doing rich people things. So he wanted to get out of the house. So he asked for an internship at the store. He was hanging out all the time. He just wanted to learn this stuff. But the thing is, he's a teenager, so he'd drive me fucking crazy. And sometimes he'd do random stupid shit, and, well, yeah, stuff like that would happen, where I'd take his shit and throw him the fuck out of the store. You can't tell him what to do because I'm not listening. Yeah, and I know like internships are, I think they're illegal. Like, they need to be for college credit or money. I would have never given him money because he drove me fucking crazy. He drove me nuts. But he wanted to learn, and he wanted to stick around and ask questions. And, like, I'm not going to throw out, like, a 16-year-old kid that just wants to ask questions. Sometimes I would, because he'd drive me crazy. But he was a good kid. He's smart. You know, he's going to be the next... I think there's a good chance of him being the next president. Yeah. I definitely kicked him out of my store. And throwing a shoe at him sounds like something I would do. That 100% sounds like something I would do to Daniel. 110% sounds like something I would do to Daniel. It was actually one time I remember dragging him out of there. Like, literally dragging him. Like, why aren't you streaming an Odyssey? Because it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. But, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. That's what it is. I tried to use the mobile app to stream there the other day. Apparently, the mobile app allows you to set up a stream that you use on your PC. I am taking the chair to Texas, Paul. This chair is my muse. The thing is, like, when I was an intern at Avatar, I know Phil Lipscomb wanted to throw me off a bridge. I'm 100% certain. Like, that dude taught me everything that I know. But I also know that I was a teenager. I was a stubborn, arrogant, ill-informed, ignorant, sure of myself asshole. And I'm very surprised that Ricky and Phil and Gretchen did not throw me off a bridge. But they didn't. All these videos advertising corrupt New York City real estate agents and you're running off to a first world country. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I appreciate the $9.99. Thank you for the $9.99, but that's very, very confusing. I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. Yeah, I was there. You were dragging him out. That sounds accurate, America 16. Yeah, that sounds accurate. I forget what he did, but I'm 110% certain that he fucking deserved it. And I'm 130% certain that if you asked him if he deserved it, that he would say he deserved it.
Oh, sweet mercy.
However, I'm 100% certain that I pissed off Roy, Ricky, Gretchen, and Phil way more than Daniel pissed me off. So every kid needs that shit. Like, every kid needs that part of their personality rounded off and sandpapered off before they get into the world and have a real job. You know? Like, every teenager needs that aspect of their personality sanded away a little bit. Like, they need to understand that there's some shit that you don't say, some stuff or there's ways to say things that make sense. Advice for a social worker in New York City working in the homeless services field. I want to help, but it's so difficult the way the system is. Maybe move. If you can't change it, then move. I go over a lot of what I think the problems are in my homeless video. Not the grade. Not the fucking shitty Subway grade. Fuck that video. I mean, let's see. Yeah, this is a shit post. The fact that this video has any success is just because YouTube is a shitty platform run by shitty people. This video, I go over the homeless problem in detail in this 21-minute video. It's got a lot of citations, timestamps, everything. Check that out. If you think you could change shit, great. If you can't change shit, then Mr. Clinton is he's in a laptop repair shop. He will be coming with me the moment that I find an anti-vax airline. So the problem is, I got Mr. Clinton neutered, spayed, and vaccinated at one of those ASPCA vans that they have in the Bronx. Like, it's like you pay $50 or something and you get a neutered cat. At the time, I think it was actually free because my dad took Mr. Clinton up there, and my dad was on Social Security disability and elderly, so he qualified for the free spaying and vaccination. However, because you're getting your cat vaccinated at what is essentially a fucking halal food truck in the Bronx, they're not giving you vaccination records. So to fly a cat, what you need to have is vaccination records and a microchip. He does not have vaccination records because I got him vaccinated at, again, a fucking halal food cart in the Bronx. So I need to find an airline that will let me fly Mr. Clinton without proof of vaccination. I'm essentially looking for an anti-vax airline. And I think Southwest does it. They don't have any requirement on their website. It sounds like they work it on the honor system. Like, they say no microchip required, and they have to have a vaccine, but it's like you don't have to have paperwork. So like, they're doing it on the honor system. So I'm going to figure out if Southwest will let me fly a cat without the papers. I'm not getting him double vaccinated. Like, fuck that. He already had his vaccinations. I'm not having needles put in him just to satisfy a fucking airline. I had needles put in me last year just to satisfy a bunch of Karens. Not doing that to my cat. I got higher standards for my cat than I do for me. Did Daniel buy you a phone like Sonny did when you let him go? No, but he gave me a Core i9 7980XE, which at the time was a stupidly expensive processor. Like, I don't know why he gave this to me. I told him he didn't have to give it to me. How much? Core i9 7980XE. That's what's sitting in this computer in here. I've had this processor for almost 5 years now. This is an insane processor. Like, what does this thing cost? Like, it's a very well-performing processor. Now, look at the score on this. 30,000 CPU benchmark. 30,000 CPU benchmark. Holy shit. $1,200 for a fucking processor. I built a whole computer around it. I got a nice water cooler for it because it runs very hot. I hope the kid dodges shoes like Bush. Good luck on the move to Texas. Hope to see you again at DEF CON. Thank you, Blue Fox. Hope to see you at the next one. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't have as much time at this one. I spent about 4 hours shaking random people's hands and taking selfies, and at some point I just kind of got tired and sat down. No. For the cats, I mean, Carrie. You can get new vaccinations, supposed to every year or two. What? He's a fucking indoor cat. That guy, he doesn't go outside. What do you think? Really? Might have to resort to ground transport services for the cat. Why not drive the cat? It's a 29-hour drive. He's going to be pissed. Clinton's not going to want to drive for 29 hours. You're from Tennessee. There's a few days to move. All require vaccine, but requirements vary. For people or for pets? And I'm sorry I didn't get to see you in Texas. I'm flying back on Sunday. If I drive through Tennessee, I'll see you there. Yeah, work was crazy. Every day that I was there, I was getting up early, leaving late. My apologies, Ann. Do some blogs at Taquerias for I'll check them out. Let's see if this works. Say it like this, broken into syllables. Bart Koviak. Bart Koviak. Koviak. Okay. I think I got it. I'll always remember that from your old store. Thank you for fixing my computer. Somebody actually remembers Daniel getting fucking dragged out of the store with a shoe thrown at him. See, that's old school New York right there. Is Mr. Clinton vaccinated for COVID? No, he's not. Have Mr. Clinton cough at United. Why not drive the cats? Because it's 29 hours, and my car is already in Texas. I don't want to take it back. I could ask Steve to drive him over in his Mercedes E350. He'll kill me. Mr. Clinton would destroy his interior. Oh my God, he wouldn't have a car anymore. He would have a fucking $30,000 litter box at that point. Can bring pets as carry-on in Southwest. Yeah, but do I need proof of vaccination? Because I don't. Rent a van and drive. You and Clinton will love the experience of America in the Raw. I don't know. Sounds like Clinton may have to fly private. Very possible. Quoggy went over that in the beginning of the video. You can upgrade that processor to a 10-gen Intel compatible socket. Yo, this is more than enough for me, man. This process, I'm not going to replace this thing for like 10 years. What I'm doing with one thing I'm doing to this computer, I'm putting it in a new case. I got this Corsair Carbide 540. I have two of them. And of the machines that I have, each one has two SATA bays, but they have the cable built into the whole system, like it's built into the case and the slot. Only one of the 4 slots of these 2 cases actually works. So I'm replacing them with a case that doesn't suck. And I'm doing that tomorrow so I can move the computers without having SATA cables and the hard drives hanging out the side of the bay. I've been putting off doing that for like 2 years. But I'm keeping the computer as it is, besides the new case, for the next at least decade. I'm not that awesome, Zahi, but thank you. Annual vaccinations for all pets. What? You got vaccinated in 2009. That's good enough for me. Dude, I'm not getting my cat vaccinated every year. You fucking crazy? He sits in my house all day. What, he's gonna get rabies from fucking scratching my couch? He's not gonna get rabies from destroying my speaker. What's the story behind Mr. Clinton's name? Oh, excuse me. So when I went to his house, the house that had him, his name was Thunder. Because he was loud. He screams all the time. And he was in his own room, and I asked, why is he isolated in this room away from everybody else? And they said because he's, he's humping the toys. And it's like, well, he's humping the toys, but how does that affect the other animals? And they said, no, he was humping the other animals in the other room, and they didn't like it. So I named him after Mr. Clinton because Bill Clinton was a rapist. That was back in 2009. Everclear. I enjoy Everclear, ESO. I'd like to say all the best and thank you for creating content that was really diverse but also educative. Wish you all the best and miss your bikes rides from New York City. Thank you, Akshay. After If You Win Right to Repair, what's your next fight? There's only one person that knows that. Hair of the Dog from Lumberton, North Carolina. He knows what this part 2 of my mission is. You open your store, you're going to fix iPads. I have an iPad mini 4 that needs fixing. For data recovery, yes. For normal stuff, probably no. Which part are you moving to? Antarctica. 10,000 more views in the grade since you last checked an hour ago. No way. If it's back to 1,000 an hour, then I'm good. I mean, if it's back to 10,000 an hour, 10,000 an hour is the threshold at which you know the algorithm's doing its thing. Let's see. It was at 20 to 40,000 just a few days ago, though. I got spoiled. Ah, look at that. The grades keep going, great. Keep going.
Oh, sweet mercy.
What are your thoughts on self-improvement mentors online like Hamza? Never heard of him. I don't have sexual relations with that feline. You probably did, Clinton. You probably did. Little bastard. 30 minutes outside Chattanooga. Requirement for vets vary, but the MacBook is what I'm using. I'm glad the MacBook that we looked at is still working, Ann. I flew Southwest with my dog and didn't ask for anything. Then again, it's before COVID, so who knows now. I'll ask. You accept unsolicited visitors at your office. If you're paying for a repair, yes. If you're just showing up to go, oh my God, it's that, then no. If you just show up and say, can I get a selfie and leave, that's cool. There's one person that if you're one of the people that shows up to like talk for 45 minutes and make sure that it stays really, really, really awkward and you run out of things to say, but you still stand there, and then no. If you just want to show up and say hi, fist bump, selfie, ask a question, more than welcome. Just don't be the weirdo. Don't be the weirdo that ruins it for the 99% that are not weirdos. What happened to BlackBerry and the black and white cat? I killed them. I put them in a chipper shredder. You ever watched the movie Fargo? You know at the end of the movie Fargo how he just tosses the people into the chipper shredder? I did that to my animals. I just kill them, like for fun. That's what I do. No, they're in the store. I'm gonna take them to Texas when I find an anti-vax airline. In case you're getting, I think it's the Corsair 5000D. I shouldn't have rewarded Corsair for how shitty the Carbide 540 is. I realize how dumb that is. That the Carbide was a shit case with shit SATA bays, and I'm rewarding Corsair for giving me not one but two cases with broken SATA cables and broken SATA bays by giving them more money. That's kind of dumb, but it seemed like a good case from all the reviews I read. Are you Jewish? I am not. One end is Jewish, two ends is German. One end is Jewish, two ends is German. And I'm not a big sushi fan. One end is Jewish, two ends is German. Rossmann with two ends.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Black cats for the win. I love black cats. Southwest requires the doctor's note. Really? I have to get a fucking emotional support animal doctor's note for... Yo, man. That's bullshit. I'll find some anti-vax airline. Surely there's one airline that doesn't...
Oh, sweet mercy.
Pets must be vaccinated but no paperwork. Yeah, but that's not real then. That's like saying, I don't know, like, you can't cheat on the test but nobody's looking. Like, that doesn't... Does that really count? Do you have an opinion on some BenQ shitty monitor? Don't care. Howdy from a Texan. You'll enjoy no state income tax and carry. Don't get it all right, but no state does. Like I say, you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. I thought that was Kansas that says if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. In Texas, it seems to be the same weather all day long. Very hot. And more hot. You do seem to get rain for about 1 minute every month.
Oh, sweet mercy.
And Texas governor will probably ship the migrant cats back to New York City. Funny, fucked up, true, all at the same time, maybe. Probably true. What are the specs of your computer? Don't ask me such very boring, long questions. What pushed you to start your YouTube channel? In the beginning, to promote business. In the end, I just wanted an outlet to rant to. It was honestly 99% the second. It was kind of cope. Like I was telling myself I was promoting my business. It wasn't like my early videos were absolute shit. I wasn't promoting a goddamn thing. It was to promote. It was really just a place to yell at clouds for the most part. A place to yell at clouds. Also, when you call him Mr. Clinton and he meows, he's really saying, that's not my name, jackass. My name is Thunder, so stop calling me a rapist. Maybe. Ephraim, don't yell in all caps. It scares me. What Texas cultural thing are you looking forward to most? It not being New York is enough for me.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Thank you. Make it a dog now that you don't have to saw kidney get land. What? What? What about my kidney? You don't you fucking touch my kidney. It's my kidney, not your kidney.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Thank you, Blind Wheels. Do you think that subreddit anti-work is harmful to people who could potentially build a successful and happy life for themselves? Yes, I do. I think r/anti-work is incels or 2X chromosomes, but for your career. I do. I get some of their points. I get that a lot of employers are cunts, and I stand in solidarity with many of the people that say that a lot of employers are cunts. At the same time, it has a tendency to go a little too far off the rails into the communistic bullshit. And like, I went over this, the kind of mindset that I see there, I kind of went over in a recent video. Favorite serious movie? Shawshank Redemption, 25th Hour. Those are my two favorite movies. Shawshank Redemption. I actually earmarked this for a video. So there was a comment that I got, and I specifically bookmarked it for a video. So I was talking about the store, and I said that, like a lot of people told me that I shouldn't start a store until I could do everything properly. What the fuck are you doing at the patio door? This is bullshit, and I started it anyway. And my point here was don't wait for perfection to build your dream. Do it now. Everyone on the block may laugh because you might literally be the only person in all of Manhattan. No. Don't ask questions you know the answer to. No. No. Excuse me. I got side-eye from some other business owners and some of my own customers for how the place looked. None of the people who did that are people I trade places with or given the choice to right now. And somebody said, people always ask what they need to get started on YouTube, which camera they should buy, the computer to edit, etc. I always said, just start with what you got and don't make excuses claiming you don't have the equipment. I use my iPhone and, and that was it. And which is a good comment. Like he's just telling people, like, listen, just start. Just start. It's not going to happen overnight. Just fucking start with what you have. And then you have this fucking cope. I tell it to all the people who did try and failed. Oh, nobody cares about them. We're just patronizing them for not trying hard enough. Yeah. And there's this idea that, and this is my response, cope excuses people tell themselves to talk themselves out of trying. People will fail. Using other people's failure as an excuse to not try guarantees a 100% chance of failure. Because again, most of the things I've tried at in life, probably a 75 to 90% chance I'd fail. However, I have a 100% chance of failing if I don't try. I tried to get a real job, failed. Be a lifeguard, failed. Pass CPR AD, failed. By the way, there was actually a retard in my class. I don't mean like me insulting. I mean somebody who's mentally retarded who passed CPR AD and I didn't. I'm not going to get a dog. No, I don't plan on getting a dog. I have a cat. I like my cat. My cat's probably not going to be a fan of a dog, so I'm going to have a cat. Pass CPR AD, fell. Data entry clerk for delivery company, $12 an hour, fired. Recording engineer, horrible. Furniture store salesman, fired on the first day. Run a supply company, failed. Bankrupted, indebted. Run a wholesale board repair company, failed. Moved to a bigger store, failed. And I succeeded at like these two things and kind of succeeded at this. If you look at other people's failures and use that to justify not trying, then you will stop trying and not get to the point where you succeed at anything. You're great. You're the guy and a great role model. Even when you don't see it, excited for your new chapter. Do you have any gum? I don't chew gum. I find it disgusting. I don't like stuff that when you eat it, 5 minutes later, you have a horrible aftertaste. That's why 99% of modern candies are just disgusting to me for that reason. I don't like anything that has a horrible aftertaste. It should taste like the way it tastes when you first put it in your mouth should be the way it tastes like 5 or 8 or 10 minutes later. And if it's not like that, then I don't want to eat it. Don't you dare say you weren't justifying people, telling people not to try because you're responding to him whose only message was encouraging people to try with whatever cheap tools are available to them. Your mentality robs so many young people of the inspiration and ambition to try at something and makes me sick to read. Stop taking away people's hopes with this shit. And I meant it. And he didn't respond to me because I made an actual fucking point. How to fight companies pushing ads. Ad block. To better educate the public on ways to censor and block ads or to fight for better legislation. I mean, legislation versus ad block, like, bro, if I have to deal with like trying to get Mitch McConnell and AOC to agree on something or like installing an ad blocker, like ad blocker. Getting Nancy Pelosi and like AOC or fucking Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell to understand any of this shit, much less agree on it, ad blocker, install an ad blocker. Anyway, my point here. Yeah, like a lot of the anti-work whole, like I get the points that they're making, I really do. But at the same time, it's not going to help you. Like, my dad was one of those people that said, regardless of how much he hated his job, anything that he said he would do, he put his full effort into. And he always used to say this, even if I'm pumping gas for $2 an hour, I am not going to let people catch me putting in half-ass effort. When I have a standard. I have a standard for myself. This is my standard. Whatever it is I say yes to doing, whatever it is, I'm going to do it to this particular standard. And he suggested the same of me, and I am happy with where that's gotten me in life. But yeah, I think r/anti-work, they bring up some interesting points, but sometimes it goes over a little too much into the 2X chromosomes or the RX incels territory, and it's just not for me. I want the TV that makes me stand up and say McDonald's. I don't get it. You're giving me way too much money. I don't understand half of your posts, so now you've given me a feeling of guilt because I feel like I should understand them because you give me money. But I don't understand the post. What does that mean? I want a TV that makes me stand up and say McDonald's. Why would a TV make you stand up? Why would a TV make you say the name of a fast food restaurant? Why do you want food from a fast food restaurant when fast food restaurants don't taste good? And they're not good for you either. McDonald's is the worst of all worlds. Stay away from McDonald's. That's just bad for you. Have you read the news that Google Chrome is not going to allow ad blockers in 2023? I have not because I don't know if that's real. But I also use Firefox, so I don't care. I have no reason to use Chrome over Firefox, aside from the fact that YouTube works like shit in Firefox, but works well in Chrome. But I don't want to give Google the satisfaction of using their web browser because they've engineered their platform to work well in their web browser and shittier in others. I have kitties, Hannah. Movie Repo Man is going to follow in the footsteps of the Idiocracy. Huh, I got to see that. I'm kind of doing that now too. YouTube therapy. It's uncomfortable, but everything is a first. Yeah, give it a shot. Did the chair come with you? Yes. Are you still alive? Huh? Ow. Guess I am. Austin City Council hates autos. They act to legislate to make traffic worse. Great place for bikes. I mean, any city of serious density, like cars are just not appropriate. I would use a car to get around around the Austin area, but like once I'm in it, I would much rather get around with an e-bike. It's just way more efficient. Like when you have buildings, when you're surrounded by buildings with 60 floors, and you have a road that fits like 1 or 2 cars at a time, like that, it functionally doesn't work. Once you have any sort of serious population density, cars just don't work. It's a patent to stop the ad from Samsung. A patent to stop an ad from stop at Samsung. So you're gonna stop ad blockers so that you can stop ads? That doesn't make any sense. I love Shawshank Redemption. Me too, Ann. It's a great movie. Now knowing how urbanized Austin is, I'm wondering what the bike vids would look like. The New York City filtering and squeezing through traffic was so nice to look at. Yeah, I did a lot of that today. Usually it doesn't look as bad as it did today because usually when I'm doing it, the stream quality is low. Today the stream quality was actually surprisingly high, which was a bad thing because my bike ride today is probably best not viewed on the internet. Yeah, this was an interesting one. Let's see. That was fun. There was a game of chicken somewhere in here. Good old-fashioned bike ride. Sweet fucking mercy indeed, Paul Daniels. Stop the ad stand and tell the brand name, patented by a TV manufacturer. Stop the ad stand and tell the brand name. Yes. Thank you. I think Lucia had a farm in Texas. Lots of room for fur babies. I love Paul Daniels. The last thing I'll be thinking of in Texas is Paul Daniels. Paul Daniels. Check out AdBlock. Ozhizo? I don't know what Ozhizo is. Blockchain-powered Chromium web browser. Oh, God. I don't know. Anytime I hear something has blockchain anything, I immediately am skeptical. Every time I hear somebody say they're going to solve a problem with blockchain, it usually means two things. A, they don't understand the problem they're trying to solve. B, they don't know what blockchain is. Usually those two things tend to be true. It's become a buzzword. Everybody wants everything to be blockchain. Somebody please tell Lewis that looking at chartering a private aircraft instead of the airlines. Listen, man, I work for a billionaire. I'm not one. I work for a billionaire. That doesn't mean I am one. My cat is going to fly. My cat is going to find an anti-vax airline that's not going to ask them for my ASPCA halal food cart van receipt that I got when I got my cat vaccinated. Why does it take 2 effing hours to charge my iPhone 12 mini? Annoying. Old battery, maybe? The older the battery, the longer it takes. I'm a vampire. Thank you, Tofu. Yeah, so I was riding my bike in the bike lane, so I was identifying as a bus so that I could ride in the bike lane. I mean, in the bus lane. I was riding in the bus lane, so I was identifying as a bus. There were no buses in the bus lane, though. There's no cat in the chair, but there will be in Texas soon. The beatdown cars in New York City are hilarious. You ran about that once, made me laugh so hard. True, they're everywhere, too. What are your thoughts on the Linus Media Group warranty scandal? I didn't know there was one. Can anybody explain what that is? I don't understand what that means. I don't get it. Linus Tech Tips Warranty. Linus's take on backpack warranty is anti-consumer, says Reddit. I was surprised to see Linus' ridiculous warranty argument in the WAN show. Those who didn't see it, hire me to fly a Cessna. Fuck no. Linus said he doesn't want to give customers a warranty because we're legally have to honor it and doesn't know what the future holds. He doesn't want to pass on a burden to his family for not to be around. Okay, that sounds like it's probably misquoted horseshit, so let's listen to what Linus actually said, because it's probably not that. I know the fucking internet.
Warranty will be now that we've started getting ready to spread.
It's a wonderful question. Right now,
Warranty will be now that this question's from Ryan. We've had a couple people ask if we had any information about what the backpack's warranty will be now that we've started getting ready to spread.
it's a wonderful question. Right now, we're holding firm with, we're not formalizing anything, but we will stand behind our products. I think that we have a pretty good, track record for just kind of dealing with it. The last thing that I would want to do is create some kind of like legal liability for, you know, like I don't know what the future holds, right? Like I could die tomorrow, and let's say my, you know, my muse, my flame, Yvonne, is like I can't do this. Like I can't walk in every day.
Oh,
And,
sweet mercy.
you know, see Linus all over the place, and she's just like, yeah, I can't, right? That's possible. I respect that.
Paul, you're fucking ridiculous. Sonny always like this is the real blockchain is actually buying real estate in Chinatown and saving it. That's the physical blockchain.
So the last thing I want to do is create some kind of legal obligation because of some kind of T's and C's that we have created around our warranty policy, for example. And like, yeah, I guess that does put you guys in a bit of an uncomfortable position, but it's not our intention to go okay. It's not our intention to do anything about our current policy of just dealing with it. But it's not our primary business making backpacks. And so the last thing
Okay, so let's dig into this. So I understand where he's coming from, but I also don't. So for me, please don't interrupt this with chats for the next 2 minutes. I'm not going to read any of them because I really want to focus on this. I used to give a 3-month warranty on board repair. The legal requirement for the Department of Consumer Affairs license I have is 1 month. I used to give a 3-month. The reason I didn't give a year is because this was when the 2011 MacBook Pro was really popular and the graphics card would die on it. So I could, and I wasn't able to buy the chips back then. So I could actually fix the no power issue that you had. And the no power issue you had, I'm done. I did my job. And then because it's a shitty Apple product, something unrelated to my work fails again. And I'm not able to fix it because I can't buy the part. So now what I used to do is I used to give you a 3-month warranty. And if anything failed within 12 months, 15 months, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years related to the power circuit, I'd fix it again for free. But if the GPU died, which is unrelated to my work, you're on your own. Now, if you're within the 3 months, I fucking eat it and I refund you the money, even though what I fix works. But outside the 3 months, we would work out a deal. Like, I don't know, a discount on a motherboard replacement or something like that, or motherboard replacement at cost. But you can't have no warranty because you're a business. So the whole concept with business is that you need to be making enough profit that it makes sense for you to sell what you sell. So for instance, let's take something like the Aten 862. I'm just going to be honest with you guys here. I offer a 1-year warranty on this product. Now, if you take a look at the Aten 862 rework station, we're just going to take a look at it from a number of different vendors. So we're going to take a look at this from AliExpress. We're going to take a look at this from Adafruit. We're going to take a look at this from eBay. And then I'm going to tell you what I actually pay for this thing. So on Amazon, it's $295.55, free shipping. $299, no free shipping. On my site, it's $259 and free shipping. On AliExpress, it's $216, but I imagine you're going to be, okay, free shipping, but it's from China, so it's going to take forever. On Adafruit, you know, this is an Aten. On Adafruit's website, you can buy this for $249, but I don't believe she has free shipping. So I'm the cheapest seller in the continental U.S. for this product. Now, I pay $100 plus shipping for that product. Every time I sell one of those products, I make $100. Every time I sell that product, I make $100 on something that cost me between $120 and $140 to buy. Now, what I do is I sock that profit away. And then when somebody has a unit that requires warranty, I do one of two things. A, I go back to my vendor and I say, you take this shit back, or I'm not buying from you anymore, and they take the shit back. Behind door number 2, they're a scummy vendor, and they don't do that. So I eat the cost, and I give them a new station, or a refund from that pot that is called profit. So if I have if I'm selling that station for $260, it costs me like 120 to 140. Let's say shipping is like $20, so I make 100 probably, or $90 depending on where you are. I pay Patrick to stock all this shit, so let's say maybe like 75, $80. Every time that thing sells, I make 75 to $80 every time. Now, if I do that like 100 times, that means I've made $7,000, right? $7,000. That's pretty good. So if 2 or 3 people out of that 100 have a problem, what I do is I reach into that money. I reach into that $7,000 that's called profit, and I use some of that profit to then ship you another fucking rework station and say, here you go, because it only cost me 120 or 140 bucks. That's what running a real business is. Now, I understand the concept of not wanting people to be liable in a business. And I understand the concept of something not being your main business. However, as long as it is a business, as long as you are making money off of it, as long as it is not a charity, you offer a warranty. Now, if Linus is buying that backpack for $10, and then he is selling that backpack that he purchased for $10 to you for $10, I can understand him not wanting to offer a warranty because he's making no money. Why would you want to take on liability when you are making no money? It makes no sense. If that's the case, there's 2 things to say. Actually, A, why the fuck are you selling something at cost to begin with? B, I forgot B. A, why are you selling something at cost to begin with? Like, stop doing that. Sell it for more money. But I don't even know if that's the case. I don't know if he's selling it at cost. But I don't think that actually makes sense to do. I think that I don't think that makes sense to do. Like, I get the idea of I don't want to put my family in jeopardy, but again, the way you structure a business is that there is enough profit that when there is risk, and like I'm not talking about like lightning striking your business. I'm not talking about Andrew fucking Cuomo saying that you're not essential because he wants to be a fucking dictator. I'm not talking about any sort of crazy unforeseen shit. I'm just talking about some of your products wind up being defective. The whole concept in business is that you've set it up so that you make enough profit so that if that shit happens, you're prepared. Now, the way you do that is by making shit more expensive. So one of the things that we did at the store is for certain services where we noticed every single time he offered the service, somebody comes back and wants more warranty. What we do is we made it more money. One instance of this was just doing, let's say, a basic reinstall of an operating system. 99% of the time, when somebody comes in who does not have the ability to reinstall an operating system onto their computer, they're not asking me for a reinstall. Because when I actually reinstall their operating system, they're going to be shocked when their wallpaper isn't the same. They're going to be shocked when the notification settings have changed. They are going to lose their mind at the fact that their Wi-Fi passwords haven't been saved. They're going to lose their mind when they open up their software and things are not exactly the same as it is before. Even if I copy their app data folder, even if I tell them all this ahead of time, it doesn't matter. So we raised our prices for that service so that when we reinstall your OS and you come back to bother Steve or Kevin for 3 hours to help you set up a fucking computer because you've never set up a computer before, we have been compensated for that time. Now, there are people that'll say, why is it $150 to install an OS? That's a ripoff. And I'll say, absolutely, go do it yourself. We charge this because I know if I tell you it's $20 to reinstall it, 99% of the time, you're going to come back here and say, my icons are not the same as they were before, and I'm going to want to pull my fucking hair out as I sit there and teach you how to use a computer for 3 hours. And that's going to result in a 1-star review. So what I do is I say, if you know how to do it yourself, here's how you do it yourself. If you want me to do it, this is what it's going to cost. So you're supposed to set up a business in a manner where you have planned for warranty. If you have a business, I don't even know what the law is in Canada. In the United States, at least Department of Consumer Affairs, license for electronic and home appliance service dealer, I have to offer a warranty, at least 30 days. If I don't offer at least a 30-day warranty, my license gets stripped off the wall. I'm no longer allowed to be in business. I can't offer no warranty. We offer 3 months to 1 year on everything that we do. And 99% of the time, the only reason it's a year warranty instead of a lifetime or a 3-year warranty is because some people are just cunts. And like when somebody walks in and they're they start cursing out the receptionist and demand something for free, you need the ability to say fuck you. But 99% of the time, when somebody comes in and it's month 16 and their warranty was only 12 months, we just fix it for free because we're not assholes. So I get what he's saying. We'll support you on a case-by-case basis. I would understand if he said you get a 3-month warranty. You get a 3-month warranty, but we'll usually support you afterwards. I get that. No warranty? Bruh. What the... Now, there's also something else that you have to take into account. I'm a man that's shrinking his business because I fucked it up and I failed. Linus is a multimillionaire with over 30 employees. Do you want to take business advice from a person who fucked up his business so much that he's cutting his staff in half and moving across the country? Or do you want to take business advice from somebody who's a self-made multimillionaire? Take it for what it's worth. My business advice is pretty useless. People were upset because it's a $250 product and Linus's warranty was basically trust us. Whoa, fuck that, bro. Okay, I thought that this was like a $10 backpack. I thought this was like, we got a wholesale deal from Jansport. We bought a bunch of these for $10 and we're selling them for like 11. Linus, what the fuck? Dude, a $250 fucking backpack. Holy fucking shit. No. Offer a goddamn warranty with that shit. You can afford it, motherfucker. Like, again, I buy a Atten hot air rework station for $140. I sell the shit for $260. You get a year warranty. And guess what? Some of them I've replaced for free. Because Atten's told me, fuck you, we're not going to replace this. It looks like the user broke it. I eat it. Because every time I order 100 of those, and I sell 100 of those, I profit $7,000 to $10,000. So if 1 or 2 or 3 or even 5 people have a problem, you know what I do? I give them a replacement station. That's business. Linus, this is a $250 fucking backpack. Holy shit. Bro, come on, give them the warranty. Give them a little bit of warranty. Just a little bit. Just a crumb. Just a crumb. It only has to be a crumb.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Gamers Nexus did an excellent video on it. I like Steve at Gamers Nexus. He visited the store a few months ago, and he's a very nice guy. He's a very down-to-earth dude. He's like Rich Rebuilds. He's not a piece of shit. And that's one of the highest compliments I can give. Steve from Gamers Nexus is a good dude. I like Steve from Gamers Nexus. Now he has a warranty since the audience got upset. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Customer support would take care of any problems, but there wasn't a written warranty. Like, sorry, you need a fucking written warranty. Listen, man, if you're selling something at cost, by all means, avoid the written warranty. Like, I get it. But you're a business. You're a business. No. And again, like, I'm imagining it's a profitable business. And here's the thing. Even if you're doing something that's not profitable, in my opinion, it's still your fucking fault. Because you shouldn't be doing that shit. You shouldn't be putting see, Jim Camp would start with, no, by the way, Aaron, what's saving the adversary?
Oh, sweet mercy.
What's saving the adversary? I want to make sure you read the book. But it's all serious. Be a good person running a profitable business are often mutually exclusive. You're the man. Are they? I don't know. Like, again, you don't want to save the adversary. Right? So if you buy something for $100, you want to save the adversary by selling it to them at cost, like 101, just so you could be a good dude. But how do you provide a warranty on something when you made $1? You don't. In business, charge an amount of money that allows you to support your customer. Don't try to save the adversary. Never save the adversary because they're the first person that's going to blame you. So even if Linus was selling that backpack at cost, in my opinion, there is no excuse for not offering a warranty. If anything, if he is selling the backpack at cost, he is still to blame for saving the adversary by doing that. But I doubt he's selling the backpack at cost. Yeah, I don't think he's a bad dude. I just think he made a mistake. The scandal isn't so much about the lack of warranty. It's how Linus responded to people worried about it, laughed at them, and turned their concerns into a merch meme. Trust me, bro. Listen, again, Linus is able to turn people being aggravated at him into money. God bless that skinny Canadian dude. Again, truly, honestly, who do you want to take business advice from? Do you want to take business advice from somebody who fucked their business up so much, they're cutting their staff in half and moving to Texas? Or do you want to take a business advice from somebody with over 30 employees who is a multimillionaire? By all means, my business advice is mostly shit to be taken with a grain of salt. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing, Carrie. Again, if people got pissed off at him and he monetized it, like, God bless that dude. My super chat was regarding you comparing yourself to Linus. Oh. God bless that dude. Lucky, that's a $250 super chat question. That is a $250 question, Lucky. Linus created a warranty and posted on the WAN show after this one. Yeah, but people weren't asking, what do you think of the Linus warranty response? They asked me what I thought of the Linus warranty scandal. I'm so out of the loop, I didn't even know there was a Linus warranty scandal, but now I know. Oh, there you go.
Sweet mercy.
Just heard you moving to Texas. I'm so hyped to have you here. You love it. You love smaller business owners. Which city? Austin. It's like it's closer to New York than it is to Texas. Not geographically, but politically. But I live north of it enough that it's kind of sane. He states for the lifetime of the product, but doesn't state what is the lifetime. Yeah, listen, man. If you sell something with a decent profit margin, you provide a warranty. That's just the way it is. You don't want liability? I don't give a fuck if you don't want liability. Listen, I don't give a fuck if somebody says I don't want liability. You don't want liability? Stop selling shit. Like, how about that? If you don't want liability, stop selling shit. If I don't want liability for my future employees or the person who takes over my company, I could stop selling Attens. I don't stop selling Attens because I want to make money. Jordan says Linus is a beta who can't negotiate without being offended. Is basically what you're saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. Stop Kathy Newmaning me, you motherfucker. No, like, I don't know if that's the case. I mean, if he's buying that backpack for $250 and selling it for $250, then yes. But I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure there's a decent profit on that backpack. If I'm guessing. 1000% Lewis about WR.
Sweet mercy.
What is WR? No acronyms in this chat. No acronyms in this chat. Linus did release a warranty and hinted the Trust Me Bro warranty was in the next WAN show. His point was they always make it right. Listen, that may be the case. It's just, again, when people spend my backpacks were $25 at Kmart. If I'm going to spend 10 times that for a fucking backpack, you're putting that shit in writing. You know why? Because the $25 backpack that I can buy at Kmart or Walmart comes with a warranty. Honestly, who the hell uses warranties on backpacks anyway? Like, seriously, if my backpack rips, if I have a backpack and it rips, I usually chalk it up to the fact that I must have fucked something up. So I just forget about it. It's usually after so many years that I feel guilty even using a warranty. But in all honesty, if I'm paying $250 for it, just put it there in writing so it makes people feel better. I heard you have a class where you teach people how to fix Apple products. You still offer that, or does Moving affect that? I kind of gave up on it because nobody signs up for it, and honestly, all of us kind of don't like doing it in person anyway, anymore. Like, I kind of, it's technically offered. It's technically on the website. I have to take that shit down because I actually boxed up everything in my office. We haven't had a paying client for that in like 4 or 5 months. So, like, yes, but no. Mostly no.
Oh, sweet mercy.
I've been a lurker on your channel for years. Thank you for the visibility you brought to Right to Repair. Wish you nothing but luck in the future. Thank you very much, Jesse. Thank you very, very much. That's very kind of you. The rapid change of opinion. Wait, when was Jansport $25? When I was a kid, Jansport was like $65. 4chan found the backpack and screwdriver online, and they were $20 and $45. Okay, if that's the case, then no excuse to not. Yeah, then there's no fucking excuse. That's just. Yeah, there's just no. Any plans to begin shipping to Canada? Nope, I'll let Linus take the Canadian market. Welcome to Texas. Thank you, Brian.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Thoughts on JBC soldering and rework tools. Does the quality justify the price? In my opinion, no. I did a video on my channel comparing it to Hacko stuff 8 years ago. You can watch it if you want. Watch the video on my channel where I was working with a JBC. They're nice. It's just, they're nice if you're rich. And you're not going to do better work with JBC than you're going to do with a good soldering iron from Hacko or a good hot air station from Quick or Atten. A hydro station from quicker at, and you'll be just as fine as you are with the JBC. And the soldering irons or the micro soldering irons, pencils that you can get from Hacko, you'll do just as fine as you would with JBC. Linus is asking a fortune for simple stuff. It's insane. Not really. Listen, mark up shit as much as you want. I don't care. Mark shit up as much as you want. If somebody asks me what happened to Erica, I'm charging $500 next time somebody asks for that. I am an evil capitalist, but that comes with a warranty. Comes with a warranty. Lewis Linus clarified his warranty next week. Holy fuck, yes. You guys have typed that shit 30 times, bro. Why do you have to type the same shit that everybody else typed over and over again? How can you invest in framework and do that on the other side? Are you pro-consumer or not? I think the thing is, I think, if I'm going to be honest, I think what Linus took offense to was the fact that people didn't trust him. I don't think that Linus had any intention to not warranty those things. I just think that, if I'm going to be... I think he probably took offense to the fact that people did not trust him. That's what it probably is. Because I felt that same way as a business owner. I could understand somebody feeling offended that you wouldn't just trust them. I get that. I understand. I'm not saying it's right, but I think I understand where he's coming from. But yeah, if you charge that much for something, you got to put the shit in writing. Again, even if if I did the same thing, I could do the same thing with Border Repair. I could say everybody gets a 1-month warranty, but trust me, bro, I'm a good guy. It'll be 3 months. But I don't do that. I just fucking make it the 3 or 12-month warranty because it's at the end of the day, I don't have L2 Computers warranty. I have mine, which is longer, and it's in writing because I'm making enough money that I can just put it there in paper. I don't know. I don't think Linus has anything he doesn't have to worry about being bankrupted through backpacks. Trust me. But I think he knows that. How are repair scores going? I don't know. Check the Open Repair Discord and see how the talk is going. How many employees are moving to Texas? 6. Check the Open Repair Discord, and I have a channel for that there where everybody's discussing it. Check out how it's going. Check it out. So Apple is right because they make more money than you. That's not what I said at all. Some straw man shit. What do we have next? Your chair looks comfy. Yes, it is. No, I don't regret getting involved in a person whose name is impossible to pronounce. Also, get a name that's possible to pronounce. That name is bullshit. I can't pronounce that shit. That's like a bunch of consonants followed by a Y. How am I supposed to say that? I predict Lewis will meet Dream Girl at the gym. Not sure. Selling New Hampshire house. I don't have a house in New Hampshire. I never did. I didn't know. I've never owned a house. I've always rented. Okay, time to get out of here. It's late. I've been following you for years now, looking forward to you posting content from the new shop. Thank you. You miss having to watch your back on the street. I am going to pay attention when I'm out on the street, anywhere that I am. I don't care if I'm in Australia, Antarctica, especially Paul Daniels' section of the woods. South Africa, Germany, New York, New Ipswich, New Hampshire. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm always going to pay attention to what's going on around me. I'm circumventing future motion, the anti-consumer repair issues by replacing the controller with open source hardware. It's more powerful and faster and isn't too expensive. Yeah, but does it handle as well? Because it seems like the One Wheel has a really interesting way of balancing itself, and it just seems to work better than a lot of the open source stuff at the time. If yours is better than, or as good or better, then that's amazing. Like, you would kill future motion right where they stand, and I hope you do.
Our sweet
I don't know,
mercy.
Aztecus. That's my CPA's job, not mine. CPA and attorney do that. I heard Texas girls don't shave their armpits. That has not been my finding. You don't have to support something to own it, David. I have a 45-minute video on my other channel on that. Nobody watches it, though. Most people don't watch the videos I do that actually explain something serious. They watch Subway Greats. You probably watched the Subway Great, David. I'm guessing you watched The Great. The Great? You're a victim of The Great? I'm a victim of The Great.
Our sweet mercy.
Who the fuck is Lois? I'll thank you for the $2, though. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $2. I worked in downtown LA. Homeless encampment by my bus stop, hot wired the street lamp, and they had a box for a 40-inch flat screen. I'd never seen the 40-inch flat screen. That's interesting. Lois Greatman. Well, where am I? Okay. Porn bots are
Sweet
here.
mercy.
Hello, Paul S. You're going to Tennessee, you know how to reach me. Yes, I do. Sorry I didn't get to see you in Round Rock, Ann. I'm sorry. Life has been crazy over the past few months. Louis, the greatest cat dad. Hello, Amanda. How are you? I'll make you a mod here since you're a mod on the other channel. Hello, Louis. It's about time you got to New York. Where'd you decide to go? I moved to Charters Towers, Australia to live next to Paul Daniels on his couch. Charters Towers, Australia. I'm moving to
sweet
Charters
mercy.
Towers, Australia. Louis, sorry, dude. Damn straight. Yeah, this is where I'm coming. See this guy? See this? Charters Towers, Queensland. I'm moving to Charters Towers in North Queensland to service all of Australia. How many people are in this town? It's 163 kilometers. It's not even a kilometer, it's a kilometra. Kilometra, not a meter. What's the population of this place? How many people are there besides Paul Daniels?
Our sweet
Probably like
mercy.
5 people. Okay, Charters Towers at a population of 8,120 people. Wow. That shit's exploding. Now it's going to be 8,121. Yeah, that's where I'm moving. I'm moving right here. Charters Towers. See that? That's Charters Tower right here. Paul Daniels probably goes up this tower every morning to ring the bell. All right, Paul Daniels here. We're going to be working on another motherboard that probably got fucked up by somebody in New York who doesn't know how to use my software properly. We're gonna get this to work again and probably code some more buggy software. I'll take a little bit of blame for my possible hex of my grand total donation of 666. Let's bring this grand total, Louis Anthony Rossmann 777. Welcome to my neck of the woods. God bless Texas. Margarita Doctor, that is way too much money. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is more than I have earned and more than I deserve. I have a video on that on my second channel. If you want to truly blackpill yourself with how many car companies tried to convince the public that independent mechanics were rapists, you can watch a video I did on Tesla.
Sweet mercy.
You added several years to your life by moving to New York. You will not regret it. Thank you, Boba Fett. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. What do you think of altruism? Is there any cons? I don't think there's a con. I think there's a con to suicidal altruism. I don't think there's a con to altruism. You think the world needs bear-sized ferrets or ferret-sized bears? That is ridiculous. You're trying to what? What? I'm going to steal your $5. I'm going to spend it on something stupid, too, just to get you back for saying that. Austin has a ton of streamers hoping for collabs. I think collaborations are mostly bullshit. I don't... Like, 99% of the time, the people who are just doing it to... because they're just doing it to try and artificially grow their audience. Most of them are awkward as hell. They're coming up with a very scripted idea for a video. They know it's scripted beforehand. The fact that it's scripted makes it boring. Like when I do a video with Jessa, it's because we're actually friends in real life and there's a purpose. It's not like we just pre-scripted and pre-planned some shit, you know? You need to go to the Joe Rogan podcast. You have to do it. I've emailed Joe Rogan like 5 times over the past 5 years. I'm not going to keep spamming the guy. It's rude to spam people. It's very rude to spam people. I am lost. Yes, you are. The shop is closing. Or will he open in Texas? No, we've covered that. I'm going to open in Charters Towers, Australia. I'm going to go to Queensland. I'm going to go up here, and every day, every time I get a fan spin, I'm going to fucking run up the Charter Tower over here and ring that fucking bell. You know how every YouTuber tells you, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell so I can be in your feed? I'm going to ring this fucking bell every day. Every time I fix a board, we're going to climb up here. I'm going to drag Paul Daniels' ass up here. That's right. That motherfucker's going to get some cardio if it fucking kills him. In between fixing the bugs in Flex Board View, of course. And I'm going to make him ring this bell in Charters Tower. That's where I'm going. So ring that bell, baby. Ring that bell. Rogan has a huge backlog of guests. Yeah, like, I'm not offended by it. Like, he speaks with presidential candidates and billionaires. Like, I understand him not wanting to have me on the show. I haven't, Ann. I don't know. I suck at collabs. I should, but I don't know. Was it hard finding a new office? Surprised you found one in such a short amount of time. Yes, it was definitely a non-traditional way of finding an office. Your boss driving by a school after you say that you don't think his building would be a good idea, and him saying, "What about that?" And I say, "But sir, that's a school, and it's $8 million." And him going, "I think it would be cool. I'm going to buy that building." I don't know. Very, very non-traditional way of finding an office. I'll leave it at that. Very non-traditional way. You're pushing bravado when in fact you're soft, caring, and sensitive. Am I? I don't know, David Hunter. I'll have to get a beer with you next time I'm in the city to check out my store. I read that YouTubers need to read 100 positive comments before they can get over one negative comment. If you leave a positive comment, it's invisible to them. It kind of is, yeah. It's the way human nature works. I was talking about this with a woman I had lunch with a few days ago who wants to get into doing YouTube professionally. And I was saying that the way your brain is wired, like, you're wired in a way where you're wired to have like a tribe of maybe 10 or 15 people. And in that tribe of 10 or 15 people, if one person decides that they don't want you there or they dislike you, that's the person that's going to leave you behind when you trip and you break your ankle in the woods and while you're chasing a deer or some shit. And that's going to be the person that instead of deciding to pick you up, they're just going to club you in the head so that they don't have to carry you back home or listen to you scream. And then you'll be dead. Like, your brain is designed to focus on that so that you could fix that. Your brain is designed to be bothered by that because evolutionarily, in my completely uneducated opinion, that's the way you weren't wired to care about all the compliments. You were wired to care about that one person that just doesn't care if you live or die. And the other thing is, Mr. Marbles, that is a $500 super chat question. That is a Mr. Marbles. That is a $500 super chat to get that question answered. Anyway, but it's one of those things where your brain is wired for the miserable shit. It's wired to notice it because noticing it has a sort of because there's an actual cost to not noticing it. Whereas compliments, it's like, who cares? It doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Lewis, what the fuck is that? I'm not Lewis and Clark. I'm Louis. I'm going to make you go up there and ring the fucking bell. That's what I'm going to make you do. Congratulations to the movement. Watching you for a long time. Your inspiration. I'll be donating to the nonprofit. You don't got to donate to the nonprofit. Just spell my name with the right vowels. Honestly, wait to go on Rogan so Right to Repair gets a lot of attraction and everybody will really know. Listen, man. Right to Repair made CBC News. Right to Repair got a 55-page thing written by the FTC. Right to Repair passed in New York State. Right to Repair passed in Colorado. I made it to CBC News. Like, I don't know what else I have to do at this point. Like, I front page read it 10 times. I'm not gonna keep spamming the guy over and over again. That's just mean. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate that. John, that was something we thought about. Okay, mostly me, I'll be honest. There's no such thing as breaking even on a lease. Leases do not make money, they cost money. I don't use Windows 10 or Windows 11. I use Linux with XFCE, the superior alpha male desktop environment. Prove that you're a man with a big dick and a lot of testosterone by using XFCE. Paul, I'm going to kick you in the dick. I'm going to kick you in the dick, Paul. But yeah, I use XFCE. That's how I prove what a real man I am. XFCE. Someone from Rogan knows who he is, so they must not think he's interesting enough. Listen, I don't take offense. Again, listen. The guy interviews billionaire CEOs and presidential candidates. Like, a guy that rants from a chair? Like, really? I don't know. Am I that interesting? Probably not.
Oh, sweet mercy.
I was in this apartment for like 13 years, robot washing machine. And Sunday I'm out of here for good. Seems like you're excited to be out of New York City. You know what? Kinda am. They don't get shit canned microwave oven. I demand a $500. $500. I'm broke. I can't afford $500. Then stop asking me about my fucking personal life, you cunt. Is it Arch? This is not Arch. I don't use Arch. I'm not that edgy. I did use Gentoo from 2003 to 2014, though. I moved away from Gentoo in 2015. I do. Bloodlust, I do. Thank you, Gabe Lands. Hey. Does he have any regrets? Many. Many. It's not for me to say, Augustine. Not for me to say. Do you hate New York City that much? Yes. Will you ever visit back? To check out my store until it moves, and after that, probably not anymore. Any regrets? I have many regrets in life.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Stupid investments. I've made stupid decisions with past businesses that were really short-sighted, and I've made bad relationship decisions. A lot of bad business decisions. I'd be a multimillionaire right now if I wasn't such a moron. I made a lot of stupid mistakes, but I try to learn from them and do better next time. It's not arch like vegans that would have told you by now. Honestly, that's cope. I was a vegan for 7 years. No, I was a vegan for 5 years, not 7. And honestly, it was carnivores that were the most annoying. Like, if I was in line, I wouldn't tell people I was vegan, but when I went to get a burrito, I'd say, like, mushroom burrito with no cheese and sour cream. And the person behind me would go, oh, you're one of those people.
Oh, sweet
Like,
mercy.
honestly, I never had a vegan tell me they were vegan. In the 5 years I was vegan, I never had anybody tell me that, and I didn't go out of my way to tell people. It was always carnivores that would get triggered. Like, they would get you have to imagine what a snowflake somebody is to get triggered by me saying, like, can I get this without cheese? You're not a sellout. Tried being like Tom Scott, introducing people you agree with to talk about things you both want to? Well, wait, I don't get it. Tried being like Tom Scott, introducing people you agree with to talk about things you both want to, boost the topics of your influence, not the people. I don't know what that means. I'm very sorry. I don't know if it's because it's after midnight, but I really don't follow that sentence. I'm not following the idea. Be like Tom Scott, introduce people to talk about ideas. I don't get it. Introduce people to talk about ideas.
Oh, sweet mercy.
That's also when Bitcoin was overpriced at $2. Hey, you aren't wrong. Just because the world went crazy doesn't mean you're not sane. So let people bump into each other and offer a view of Mississippi campus still stands. I'll I'll be in Texas soon, again to Houston and Austin this year. Maybe I'll check out Mississippi at some point. I do not care if you're vegan, but if I get told someone's vegan or on keto constantly, I don't give a damn. I'm not cooking for you. Life is hard, David Hunter.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Welcome to Texas. I don't have any Apple products for you to repair, but would you look at bridging a broken trace into key fob? Absolutely. Yeah, those are fun. Wait, where are you moving? I'm moving to Charters Towers, Australia, to live on Paul Daniels' couch, bro. Charters Towers, Australia. I'm going to go up to the tower, Charters Tower, and ring the bell. I'm going to ring the bell. Is streaming therapeutic? Your output has been crazy. I haven't really done much in streaming on this channel. I think it's been 2 months since I did a live stream on this channel. Real men.
Oh,
Right.
sweet mercy.
Still hope we bump into each other and offer a view of the Mississippi campus still stands. I haven't been to Mississippi, but maybe someday. I'll be in Texas soon again, to Houston and Austin this year. You better start selling $250 backpacks. Why are you moving? Any particular reason?
Oh, sweet mercy.
Not again. MS equals Microsoft. Stop using acronyms, bro. Just type out the words. I'm gonna practice martial arts again in Austin. I should get back into it. I got out of it because I got out of the martial arts thing for a bunch of reasons I don't want to talk about publicly. That had nothing to do with martial arts and everything to do with stupid life decisions I was making at the time. But I really should make time for it again. There's no excuse for the amount of time that I took away from that. If a pretty girl likes you and wants to dance, two-step, you say, I don't know how. Trust me, she will enjoy teaching you. I'll save that for when a woman says that she wants to dance with me. I spent 1998 to 2002 hitchhiking around the USA. Austin, Texas is one of my favorite cities. I sincerely hope you enjoy your time there. Thank you very much for hoping that I enjoy my time there. I hope I do too. I hope you enjoy your time there as well. I have mad respect for you, Lewis. You do have a real, tangible, positive influence in the world. You had a non-zero role in getting me to learn how to do board repair for video game consoles. Thanks. That's awesome, Murder Podcast. Thank you so much. Kind of stupid, what do you think? I think most of crypto is kind of stupid, but to each their own. I think so much of it is a consensual Ponzi scheme. It's sad when I go to Slashdot and I read about people like these weird exchanges going down and all this shit, and like people trying to get out, and then the gas for their shitcoin winds up costing 5 times as much, and I don't know. It's like people reliving 1870s to 1920s banking, except with internet on top of it.
Oh, sweet mercy.
When can I visit? I don't know, Sonny. I don't know. I gotta go to sleep. Sonny. Tomorrow I gotta do gym. I gotta bring my stuff to the store. I gotta pack. I have a meeting at mid-afternoon. After meeting, I have to finish packing shit at the store, figure out how to get that shit home, use my drill to take down all these fucking acoustic panels, pack my computer, pack my monitor, pack my camera and my lights. I wanted to save it because I was going to do a live stream before I go. Wake up early on Saturday, deal with moving shit, and then, I don't know. Long day. The cats, how are they moving? I don't know. I got to find an anti-vax airline I'm at. I'm going to see if Southwest is a good little anti-vax airline where I don't have to get because my cats got vaccinated, but I don't have the paperwork because I got them vaccinated at the ASPCA van, and they don't give you paperwork. Okay, time to get out of here. Is Fudo Peter Thiel funded? Haha. No, I don't think Aaron. I don't know. I don't know if Aaron's a big fan of Peter Thiel. I'd pay to see them in a podcast. No, Fudo is not Peter Thiel funded. Fudo is funded from... Well, you can watch the interview I did with him and see for yourself. I'll come drive your shit back. That's too kind, Sonny. And why are you giving me money, Sonny? You gotta stop. Sonny, you must really feel guilty about me paying you in 2013. Because it's been like almost 10 years and you're still dedicated to giving me your salary back.
Oh, sweet mercy.
All right. I'm out of here. I got to get out of here. I'll see you all later. Hey, thank you very much for making this a really cool live stream. My live streams usually get like absolute shit for viewership. This one had 11 or 1,200 viewers at some point, which is really cool. Really cool. It's like close to getting back to the viewership it had when I had 100,000 subscribers, but I'm not salty. But in all seriousness, thank you very much. This was very fun. This was a fun live stream. I'll try to make time to do more. You know, again, if you can make the time, would highly appreciate. I put some timestamps in this video interview on the Fudo Legendary Grant. We're going to be doing more of these Legendary Grants, and I'd really like to promote this program more, and I would hope that, I'd like this video to get more than, yeah, right now this video is like 0.2% viewership, like 0.2%, 0.2%, like, I'm literally trying to give money away to people, and it got 0.2%. So if I could get a little bit of help there, just like a little bit, a tiny bit of help, a crumb, a fucking crumb, a comment, an upvote, like literally, I'll take anything. But we're going to be having Ian Clark on from Freenet next week. This is a dude that is very well before his time, came out with a concept-free, decentralized and uncensorable anonymous internet 22 years ago. One of the most cited papers in computer science in the past 15 years. Really cool dude. Gonna have him on next week. I'm looking forward to it very much so. I will link to this video in the chat. All I need is a crumb. Just a crumb. Just a crumb. A crumb. A crumb. A few crumbs. Greedy. But yeah, I would like to. What I'd like to see for Fudo, what I'd like to see have happen. I want to see the highest quality, the highest echelon of programming, software engineering, hardware engineering talent come through and be able to like say, and be able to fund what they're doing if what they're doing is helping take back control away from the tech oligopoly. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. There is an FAQ, Acid. There is an FAQ. You're just not reading it. I'll show you where it is before I leave you, I'll show you right now. You said there's no FAQ. Did you say there's no FAQ? Well, what the fuck is this? Nobody reads the video description, do they? Nobody reads the video description. Like nobody reads video. Nobody reads descriptions. Anyway, you got wrecked, bro. Wrecked with a capital KT. GTFO. I hope you learned something, says Hannah. You just got smoked by my moderator. That's right. Smoked by the moderator. Wrecked. Wrecked with a KT. Wrecked with a KT. Wrecked with a KT. Okay. We're out of here. We're out of here. Bye-bye.